Yo,
Yo, what's up, bruh?
what's up, big dog? Woof woof. How you been?
Yo. I've been good, man. How are you?
I've been good too. Yeah, bit tired talking like this all day, but it's good.
Yeah, you've been going
Um,
for a while, huh?
yeah, man. 5 hours of talking like this is takes the piss. Anyway, I
Yeah.
see you're turning your camera on.
5 hours and no subs? What am I working for
Oh
free?
God, don't even start. Don't turn my stream into something like that because you already know it's gonna be put
No, I'm just
on.
kidding.
It's gonna put on Twitter, and I'm made out to be something I'm not. Hey man, where's your damn
Yeah,
camera,
bro.
bro? What is this
Wait,
amateuristic shit, Chase?
can you not see mine?
I don't
Can you not
see
see mine?
shit.
Hold
I
up.
see all this
Hold up.
spinning stuff. Yeah, of
Let me
course,
set it up.
Nobby.
Let me set it.
Hey, Nobby gives you
Uh,
10 to 15 minutes to give your whole backstory on Gears. So go. No, I'm playing.
my whole
No,
backstory.
no, I'm playing.
Oh, okay.
But where's
It's
your camera
hold
though?
up,
This is
hold
a
up.
bit weird.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It should be working. I don't know what's up. One second. One second.
Maybe I gotta switch servers. You in US Central, East, West, South?
I'm. It should be east. I'm in Ohio.
Boop. All right. Turn your camera off
I'm hitting
and
test
on again.
video and it's not. Yeah, well, yeah, it's not working. One second.
Amateur. Amateur chat, amateur.
Should have been ready.
My God.
Actually, doesn't.
He has all day to get prepared. No, I'm playing. Oh God. There he is. What's up, Alf?
Things last second.
There he
There we go.
is. My man
There
Chase.
we go.
My
Unplugged
man
it,
Chase.
plugged it back in. There we go.
Excellent.
What's up,
Excellent.
Dutchy?
Let me grab some
Finally, bro,
water.
we finally getting a call.
Yes,
We
finally. You got
finally
10
made it
minutes. Good
happen.
luck. No, I'm playing.
Just walk away. All right, chat. Um, let me see. Should I? Honestly, I don't know if I should stream it on my end or whatever. Maybe I can just, if you want, we can just keep it on yours. I don't really. Doesn't matter to me.
Hey, man. You do you, dude.
Let me see.
Get my bottle, man.
Yeah, I'll start it
Bottle
up.
up.
Um, one sec. All right. I'll go ahead and start it.
So, I'm not sure. I haven't checked the messages you sent me, but were there certain things that you specifically wanted to talk about?
Yeah, there's a few things I'm down to talk about. I don't know where we should start necessarily. I guess I've talked about this on stream a few times, but for the most part, a lot of people actually don't really know my experience
Yeah,
with
you can
my
introduce yourself for any ignorant people in chat.
Sure. So, hi guys, my name is Chase. I've been playing Gears since I was about 10 years old. I think it was 2006. So I was born in 96. So around 10 years old is when Gears 1 dropped. It was the first game I saw on the 360. I actually have a vivid memory of the first time ever playing the game and seeing it, and just the way, dude, that game blew me away. I was just, dude, the graphics on that game were just unbelievable. So like that was the first thing that kind of caught my eye, and like I was shit at the game for a long
He
time.
still
I got
is.
really good at yeah, I'm still shit. I'm still
As simple
shit.
as that. It's just still shit. It was shit, still shit. Everybody's
I'm
shit.
still yeah. Now we're all shit though, so it's okay.
True,
But
equally shit. True equality.
we're all on the
The
even
shit
playing
together.
field.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me lower that. All right. So, does the mic sound okay?
Yeah,
Everything
dude.
sounds good
No,
on your end?
perfect, man. At least I think so.
Right, 'cause
I
I
mean,
didn't get time
if
to test
someone's
it.
got problems with audio, then it's their own pleb's fault.
All right, fair enough. So fair enough. So you know, I've I was one of those guys that just Gears just became my game, you know, and I just always played it. Like I pretty much stopped playing other games once I got, especially around Gears 2 and I don't know, just as time went on, I became more obsessed with the series. And then I would say like I hit a breakthrough around. It was actually a few months before Gears 4 came out. I had switched to alternate and paddles, which a lot of people know about that now. But that I don't know. And then I started playing on a monitor because I used to play on like a 32-inch
Yeah,
TV.
horrible
And
idea.
I don't know.
Anybody in chat,
Yeah,
never play
horrible.
on a fucking
Don't play on
TV.
TV.
If you have a choice,
Yeah,
if you're rich, you could buy a good TV. You could play on TV, of
yeah,
course. But if you want the best
yeah.
experience for your competition, your own development
All of that.
inside the Gears of War universe, man, get a fucking
Absolutely.
monitor.
And switching to a wired connection on top of it because I used to play on shitty
Oh
Wi-Fi, and
my
our internet
god.
was awful.
Okay, I'm gonna
32
leave this call right now. Everybody, that was Chase. Later.
Wi-Fi. This is why I was bad, okay? This is
Hey man, you are
that's just
literally ruining everyone's experience playing on Wi-Fi, dude. I'm just saying.
oh,
How do
I
you
know.
feel?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Oh, dude, I was a little squeaker on the mic too,
Are you serious?
you know?
Like, yo,
Oh,
guys,
yeah,
this
back in
guy
Gears
can
1?
sing, and he's now admitting he's a squeaker, dude. Like, that's awful.
Yeah, bro, when I think imagine me at 10 years old playing Gears 1. I mean,
I can't say that
the
on
vibe
stream that I will, because that turns it into something else.
dude, I just yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, don't
You already know.
don't you miss don't you miss the don't you miss the underground vibe that game had though? Like where it was like do you remember in Gears 1 where like in between rounds you could like shit talk the other team?
Yeah, same happened
Because
in
they
Gears
you
2.
yeah,
In Gears
yeah,
2, if you were
exactly. Yeah.
dead, if you would, because you weren't allowed to be in party chat if you're in ranked.
There was no
You
party
have to
chat.
be
Yeah,
in
you're right.
game chat.
Yeah.
Um,
It was different. It was
and
so that's what made it intense by the way,
yeah,
when
because
you
if
were the
you
last one
died,
alive.
it's like if
You're
you
alone.
traded, right? Gears 2 was notorious for trading, right? You traded, man.
Yep.
Oh my god, dude.
You're like, "Oh shit, who
You know
won?
how
Who won?
like
Who
in
won?"
boxing and MMA
Everyone
and stuff,
cheered.
they always have these like little face-offs before they weigh in and stuff, right? Well, Gears is like the
Mhm.
opposite. You would beat each other and then you face off and go, motherfucker, you know who the fuck I am. That's how it went. And you both your connections with fucking dog shit, right? People playing on like half a
Yep.
megabyte and shit. It's just so bad. And everyone
Yep.
just oh man, it was glorious. Glorious
The
times. Yo,
host was
broke.
host
Appreciate it, man.
connection was such a thing. And, I don't know, so my connection with Gears is, like, I just see a lot of people, especially actually the pros. There's so many young pros that are, like, 16, 17,
Yeah.
and I feel like a lot of them just don't know what they I know I sound like some guy like you back in my day, type thing, but it's like, God, it's just not the same anymore, and, like, when I try to talk to them about it, I'm like, "You guys just don't understand that, like, over time, what happens" the number one issue that I see, like, this is kind of a problem with the gaming industry right now is that what they do is they slowly introduce anti-consumers practices, and then over time people start to accept it as just like the way it is, like microtransactions. I remember when people were like they were not okay when they were first introduced, but now people are just like that's par for the course,
Yeah, they
and
say
it's
that
like
this is how gaming is now, and they think that is the
yeah,
norm, but it's not. It does not work.
yeah,
It works for the
yeah,
company because gullible people will buy into it. That's just what gullible people do that anyway. Oh, by the way, this is Chase
mhm.
Hunter. Let me go ahead and change this real quick. They
What's up,
buy
man?
into it, but it's not. What do I call it? Chase OP? Is that good?
Yeah, you can call me Chase
Okay,
OP.
Chase OP.
My Twitter is at Chase is
The
Savage.
alt
I
bounce
just
guy.
realized I have camera overlay. Where do I? There it is. Derp.
Yeah,
My
that's
face was being
that's just
constantly
that's par for the course nowadays. And within Gears, if you've paid attention, you've probably paid attention to this over the last couple of years. In other games too, like you said, it's very slow process.
mhm,
They really tested the waters with UE and Gears 4. They really said, okay, we're gonna introduce loot boxes. Well, yeah, loot boxes basically, and then they said,
essentially,
okay,
yeah.
you know, you pay this and this much, okay. How much can we really push people to continue playing and continue buying? And then when we blew up
Mhm,
during the whole Lambent debacle with the drones and stuff like that, the whole community was like, no, 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 no. No, no, no. You are not selling us these fucking characters in boxes again. Right? We're not doing
yeah,
this anymore. So TC went, okay, we'll, give them to you for credits. But then the next one, same fucking story, man. Same shit.
mhm,
Same shit. And now we have
yeah,
Gears
no, it's
5. And man, if you do the math, there are some people on Reddit, man. Uh, the fact that the content so far, I think this was like 2 months in or something. The
mhm,
content you had to pay for to get, you couldn't earn it any other way, was over $700 worth. There's not a single game out there
yeah,
where just
that's crazy.
cosmetics is worth over $700.
Is that like, if you were to buy everything that's available currently on the store, that's how much it
That
added
was
up
yeah
to?
yeah from launch to that point was over $700, $750 or
Okay, because
something.
I know that they do that, like, exclusivity thing where, like, I know you've talked about this already with other people on the stream, but they'll do this, like, you have to buy this week or it's gone. type thing. And so like even if you wanted to
FOMO, yeah.
buy all the skins,
Fear of
right,
missing
like you have
out.
to like wait and eventually they come back. Yeah, fear of missing out, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, the real
But
thing.
yeah, absolutely. What in terms of so like I was one of those guys that I never bought skins anyways. But when people say I don't care about the skins or I don't care about this or that, I just think that that's not a good stance to take when it's like, yeah, but people do. I mean, it's just like selfish to say, well, I don't buy skins anyways, so like I don't care that the skins are like ludicrously priced.
Yeah.
And either way, it says something about what the coalition thinks about you, like how they value, like how they.
And
It's
what
just
they
such
invest
a
your money in. You buy it, you pay
yeah.
them, you pay $60 or whatever the hell you pay for the game, $100 for the Ultimate Edition. You expect something
Mhm.
out of that $100. What they use that money
Right.
for to reinvest into the next game or whatever, the way you want to look at it, is not what
Mhm.
you are using. If you say I don't care about skins, well, you're effectively saying, well, 20% of this game I don't care about. That
Right.
doesn't
Well,
work.
and didn't Node
That doesn't work.
I remember Node said that like they do this thing where it's like, yeah, well, if you don't buy these skins, then I mean, that's the
That's
money
what they
that we're
said,
putting
yeah.
towards esports.
That's what they said.
Putting towards
They
esports, right?
said
That's
the
like,
money you
what the hell?
paid for the game at launch is what paid for what you got at launch, which was nothing except campaign,
Right.
the starting skins or
Mm.
whatever. Remember, if we didn't pre-order this game, we wouldn't
So
have gotten
Darkfall,
half of these
Darkfall,
characters, right? Like the Halo
right?
characters, the Terminator stuff. That would not even be part of our group of people we could play as. And just in chat, Mon
And I don't
Juicer
even want
said,
those. I don't.
he said, "Wait, so you are
Yeah.
against companies making money?" There's no one out there except dumb
No,
assholes
that's a
that
straw man.
say that we or anybody's against companies making money. It is about the not just inefficient
No,
way
it's
of
the
making
price.
money, but also you're creating more detractors. So instead of
Mm.
rewarding people who have already been with you since the start, you are going against their wishes to attract people who never bought your product to begin with. When you do stuff like
Yeah.
that in any business, you can go anywhere. There are a couple people you get, right? You get promoters, people who are happy with your product and share good things. Oh, these skins are awesome. Come play this game if you like good skins. Ta-da, promoter. You got people who are indifferent. Yeah, they're good. They're pretty bad, but I don't really care. I'll buy it anyway. Then you have detractors. Okay, I paid this much money for it
My bad stream.
for I don't know how many years, right? I paid Xbox Live, I paid
Mm.
the new games, I paid for the DLC, I paid for this, I paid for that. And now you tell me I need to give you more money to make stuff for me that I don't want. Yet
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
when you start doing that, when people are really looking at their wallets and going, okay, I have $60 to spend on video games this month. How much should I spend on gears? They
Mhm.
go, it's not worth my $10 anymore. That's what they're creating. That's the majority
Mm.
of feedback when people talk about the store or anything that they want to buy DLC wise. It's always the same thing: overpriced garbage. No
Yeah.
one really wants.
Right. Right. I. It's
So
just people have what people accept. People have just been conditioned to accept mediocrity
big
and to
time,
accept horrible business practices. So like when it comes to either the store or just the way the game plays
and there's no
and the game, like
competition,
just
right?
the way the game's not polished.
Gears has
Yeah.
zero
Well, not within
competition.
Microsoft, right?
No, but Gears has no
Not
competition.
yeah,
There's no
exactly.
other Gears
Yeah.
equivalent out there. Call of Duty has Battlefield to compete
Yeah.
with and other games.
That's true.
Gears can just like,
That's
you
true.
guys will buy it. You'll play it.
Yeah. I think Microsoft thinks that they're competing with Halo. I think
Even though it's their
because
own
I know that
game.
I've yeah, I know it's silly, but it's not yeah, it's it's not going to cause them to make the game better, but all it's going to do is cause them to like, for example, rush the launch, which is why they, from what I heard, that's what people told me that they rushed Gears 5 because they wanted Halo 5 to release with the Series X. If Gears 5 hadn't come out this holiday season, they would have had to wait until next holiday season. But that's when Halo 5's launching. They don't want to launch both of those at the same time, so they were like, we need one more console exclusive to come out on the X before the Series X comes out. And this was like that was, in my opinion, I suspect that yeah, Microsoft probably rushed the coalition, but and so when the coalition gets all this hate for the game not being finished, they probably wish they could say, I know, but it's Microsoft. They paid for all the marketing. They're the ones that own the franchise. They
Yeah,
created this in
corporate can
yeah,
it could be like that. Sure, it could be like that. But at the same time,
but at the same
the
time,
the
I know.
interviews, the videos that they
Dude, it's so
made,
bad.
all the promotion for Gears 5 really sold us a finished product. Not just
Yep.
a finished product, the absolute epitome of what Gears of War should be. Well, it came
Yep.
out and everyone was like, hold the fuck on. What is this fake cheese, fake meat, fake patty, fake anything? This is not my burger. This is not what
It's
I
not. Yeah.
want. You know, like,
Yeah. This
damn,
is not.
take it back.
This. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. This is.
And too late. Then you
This
got
is.
the
It's literally not
coronavirus.
Gears.
Get fucked.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. We're all fucked now.
It's crazy.
It's honestly like it's just sad because I don't know. They actually need a PR guy or something. Like Node and all like the coalition. They just have nobody to speak for them that knows what they're. I mean, I don't want to hear the corporate talk, but dude, they're just doing such a bad job of like the transparency with us that it's insane. I'm just sitting here like, dude, you contradict they contradict themselves all the time.
During the stream,
And it's insane. It's insane. Like
Yeah.
I was looking up different tweets and shit. Like one thing that really pissed me off was, and I was publicly saying this near the launch a lot, is that I think Ryan Cleven feigns ignorance all the time. And I get that he's probably really stressed to be in the position that he's in. But if somebody says, "What the heck? I thought there was only going to be one tuning," he'll literally, I saw him tweet back like, "What? There is one tuning. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "What do you? No, there's not. I mean, aim assist. He's doing this thing where like technically the aim assist, he doesn't count that as part of the weapon tuning. But if it changes the way the game is played, it's literally a different tuning. It really is. It's in effect a different tuning.
Yeah.
And he does this thing where,
everything that
Yeah.
Ryan's been a part of, you hear the same way of talking. Well, it's not this. It's kind of that. You know, it's sort of. I mean, I
If
get
you
where you're
want-
coming
if you
from,
wanna
but
see it that
it's
way.
kind of this. It's kind of like, Ryan, shut the hell up,
Yeah,
man.
it's-
We get what you're saying. Do you get what we're saying?
dude.
You know, when we say it's not a single tuning, we don't need the whole explanation of why it. Yeah, we understand it's one tuning, but it's got different aim assists, man. That's what we're trying to say, man. It doesn't feel the same,
Yeah.
bro. Just calm
It's
down
like-
with explanation. But I even during the dev streams when he's
Yeah.
sitting next to Dana and Octus, you can tell he's very quickly ticked off when Dana, mostly Dana, just
Mm.
goes off on this weird rant about something, and Ryan just kind of sits there and just smiles and thinks, "Shut the hell up, man! You're making things so damn difficult to explain, and like you could just
It's so awkward watching them.
oh
God.
bro, you can
No, you've done full videos on reacting to them. I actually have only seen, really the only time I ever see the developer streams is when I watch parts of your videos of you like watching it. So that's like and honestly, I've missed most of the developer streams, and then I'm in group chats with a bunch of people that talk about it, and so I try to get like the basic, and then obviously the memes come out, so you end up like
yeah.
I end up getting the gist of what was talked about for the most part, but I can't listen to them because they outright just I can't believe how much they I don't know why they like hide so much from the community. Like
Well, we don't know, man.
like,
Like
all the
we
way
don't
down
know
to
their
the-
job. We don't know exactly how much. When we say feedback, like we can see what we see, but they get
Yeah.
emails, they get private messages, they get, I don't know, maybe threats even. You know, it's just day in day out, 24/7. There's people going, "You're fucking garbage. You're this. Fuck your studio."
It's
You know
very
that.
successful. Toxicity. It's horrible. I wouldn't want his job. I really wouldn't.
I love it, man.
but-
Let's go.
actually have a question.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, yeah. I like to
Let's go.
I like to watch it, you know? But I try not to like beef with people on Twitter because I just don't have the energy and the time, and like, oh my god, dude. So like I don't know. That's why it's almost impossible to have productive conversations with people on Twitter. That's why I like that you try to take people from that platform, and it's like, no, come on here and just talk to me, because it's like it's just not, it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
as a-
I'm at the point like I'll screech, crawl, cry, yell on Twitter. Don't care what it takes.
Mhm.
Put your money where your mouth is. Shut the hell up.
get on here and
Honestly,
actually
just
talk to
shut
me.
the hell up. Or you get on
Yeah.
your own streams or your own YouTube channel.
Right.
Just do something else.
Hmm.
The majority of people, unfortunately, they hide. Like, okay, dude,
Hmm.
you go ahead and hide. Stay in your echo chambers,
People
wherever
don't
that is. Discord, I don't care. Do what you want. Community isn't going to care.
Yeah, I actually had people don't want to stick their neck out. They don't want to stand out at all. They want to hide
Yeah, but they
like
want to
behind
benefit.
everyone.
That's what's weird. Like if we all
At the
stick
same
our
time, yeah.
necks out, I am
Hmm.
100% convinced that the right people will start to listen, and
Hmm.
they will pay attention to the right people, and whoever the right people are, as long as the game gets fixed, I don't give a fuck, right? But the fact that if you put yourself out there, eventually someone will hold you responsible and go, hey, what's going on? Party Up Live in chat just said Ryan is the guy that said he didn't know how to start or how to have slash start a conversation with the Horde PvE community. And I can totally get that because there is no Horde PvE community,
Yeah.
as there is the versus community on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch. Yes, there are people who stream it. Yes, there are people who make videos, but there is no vocal minority that just goes out of their way to hold Ryan as responsible as the versus community does.
Hmm.
Why? I
Yeah.
don't know. I try to, but my interest is way more on versus than Horde. But I would definitely always talk to
Are the Horde
people
people
who
on Reddit? Like, where are the Horde people even? I
they're
mean, they have the Gears
everywhere. There's a
forums.
couple people. I mean,
Yeah.
I know B Chaps from TACCOM. I always bring him up because he's a great
Hmm.
example. He's put I don't know how many videos together. Great Reddit posts. The thing is though, I know he won't mind me saying this, but we have privately during Gears of War 4 reached out to the devs on the DMs, in a group chat, etc. We have multiple times asked them to talk to us either privately, even just one on one, whatever. They agree, they say, let's set something up, and there's literally months going by and nothing is happening. Whether
Right.
updates, public statements, stream wise, whatever. And then
Mm.
that's why when I had my video with Ryan, it was such a big deal to me because he reached out to me. It was no
That's really
longer
surprising.
me going to him. It was suddenly him after I was like, okay, I'll just let you be. He came to me. And that to me
That's
proved that
wow.
he's trying. But dude,
Mm.
it's probably so hard to pick people to talk to publicly because you never know. Like, I can put him on stream, he wouldn't mind, but then I don't know how many trolls on my stream making fun of him. That is not a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not a good place
It,
for anyone to have a conversation. And I think your stream, I
yeah.
think my stream, other people's streams as well. Like, my chat takes care of their own. So if someone wants to flame someone, man, you best be ready for the roast because if it's not a good meme, dude, you will be made fun of in no time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
if there's someone on my stream, even if you disagree with them, um, I'll stand up for you, even if I disagree with you against my own people, because I want to give you an honest chance. And a lot of people just aren't like that. They're not
Mhm.
gonna do that. They will just shit talk
Yeah,
you
that's for
and
sure.
just make fun of you and gone. And I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do
Well,
that with any developer.
that's what makes it hard for Node, I think, is that he gets people. Was it Jippery was saying like something about like we everyone's opinion should be heard, but it's just impossible. And so
Mm.
like I was thinking like what with Node he has this issue with. I know this is sometimes people come to his defense and they're like, yeah, but TC has information overload at the moment because we're like everyone is
Could be.
yelling their opinions at them that they have no
Could
idea who
very
to
well
listen
be,
to.
man. People screech all the time.
Yeah, so it makes so like I I empathize, I sympathize with Node, but goddamn, dude, like nothing gets done for like how when did the game come out? It's been a few months now, and like I don't know. I just think it's like I'm not a developer, so I don't know. Like I understand that these updates and shit takes a long time or whatever. It's like I'm not gonna pretend like I know what that process is like. But just one interesting thing for me is like, and I'm in a unique position where I get to hear a lot of the pros opinions, the montaging community, just random people in my just random ranked kids and all kind. I get to like hear from a lot of people, and so I get to kind of see like I feel like I have an idea of what like the general consensus is for the most part and like certain things. But oh, what's up, Helios? I was gonna mention Helios is in because you obviously know that he's been working with the Unreal Engine editor and things like that. Um, he's told me that like I just don't believe them when they say something like it takes us like however long to port over characters. Like it takes so long for them to port over a character.
Mhm.
how is Helios a single guy able to port over a character
Well, it's
in
different.
literally a couple
It's
hours?
different
Is
because
it because all the games are on the same engine, and I just don't see
yeah,
how,
well,
like, why?
that's in technology wise, yes, that's what it takes. But for them to
Mm,
say, okay, is it worth putting in time, effort, money, etc., as like if we put this on the table and say, okay, characters XYZ and maps XYZ are going to be put in the game, people on the top are going to
mm,
say, but they're already in that game. Why? What's the point?
right.
How do we make money doing this? You know, because it's going to cost them money to do that, right? You understand that,
Mm,
right? Like it costs energy, time, people, man hours to do that sort of thing. So is it really worth
right.
it? And something that's always stuck with me is that during Gears of War 3, right? The last couple years of Gears 3, this is gonna be a pretty big rant, so everybody pay the fucking attention, please. Right? During Gears of War 3, the
You're
last couple years, everyone played the same maps. Checkout, Blood Drive, Dry Dock, you name it, right? All these maps.
mm,
That doesn't necessarily mean they are good maps. It merely means people played them because they were most functional for the game at the time. Yeah? Then Gears 4
mm,
releases, and instead of TC making favorite maps like River, uh, Mansion, if I could say it, canals, things like that, right? Instead of making
mm,
fan favorite maps like that, they looked at the statistics of Gears of War 3 and went, which maps are picked most? Well, even though they are shit, like Dry Dock, fucking awful map to play on, you know, it's just camp heaven
yeah.
all day, yeah? Even
Yep.
though everyone would say Dry Dock is a shit map, when you look black on white what people played for so long, they see that map, they say that's worth putting into the game. They put it into Gears 4. What do people do? Because the other maps in Gears 4 are shit, they pick the old maps again because they know that map and they know it works. Right? So
Mhm.
imagine the position that TC's in. Okay, should we make new characters and new maps, or should we just port the whole fucking old game all over again? Right?
Right.
And the
Yeah.
person at the top, they don't want that, of course. The person at the top wants to say, no, we think making this new map and making new characters like fucking cardboard Mac and delivery driver fucking James, whoever the hell, is worth more money
Mhm.
than bringing in new stuff. So I don't think it's impossible. They just look at that and go, no, we want to make more. We think it earns us more money if we make something new. And even if they
Right.
port in the old
But
maps like Foundation, etc., it's always free.
yeah.
Because if we had to
But
pay
then you
for
gotta wonder.
those,
Well, they'll remake their own maps from their, like, they, dude, how many maps did we get? 3 or 4 GAL 4 maps remade on GAL 4? I mean, it just blows my
yeah,
mind. I just, like, maybe the process, I mean, that's just so lazy. I mean, I would just, so, like, a lot of times they got negative feedback when they would bring back old maps. People used to complain a lot, like, "Oh, come on, why are you bringing Gridlock back again?" It's like,
ah,
and I get it.
the G
I
word.
know. Yeah, that map again, and do nothing, not even anything new to it. It literally just looks like the most basic, like, I would rather at least had, like, the nighttime one or something, just something, or, like, I don't know. They should do something different with it. Open up the tunnels at least or whatever. Like, I get it, but at the same time, I think that the opinion is maybe shifted just because our faith in the coalition is shifted, where it's like people are like, "Come on, we want new maps, we want new
Yeah.
maps," and then they gave us
But
maps and we
now,
hated
because
it.
they focus
We're
so
like, "Okay,
much
we want Epic's
attention,
maps now."
they focus so much attention on the
Yeah.
esports side of things. These maps that they put out have to work, or need. They want it
Mm,
to work on escalation as well, so that they don't have to split the community even more. And this is like it all comes down to like what's actually really important here. Is it a full good Gears of War game like Gears 1 and Gears 2 or Gears 3 that didn't focus on esports, right? And all the
that's
other
true.
gimmicks around it, like even Horde, the way it's put together now, is like so gimmicky. Man, back on
Yeah.
Gears 2 is simply a fucking boom shield. You had your guns, you had an ammo box. See ya.
Mhm,
Figure it
mhm.
out. And then Gears 3 went a bit further than that, but then it just kind of went, oh my god, so much.
What'd you think of Judgment's maps? Did you like Judgment's map design?
Yes and no. I like that
Mm,
Judgment. They really tried a lot with that game, right? Overrun.
they did.
Overrun was really good,
Yeah.
but to
Mm,
split the teams up into like one team or one side of the game is Overrun maps, which can never be played in multiplayer, and the other side is um, just normal multiplayer maps. But those normal multiplayer maps, because they wanted to put in this whole verticality and stuff like Gondola.
Right.
What a
Oh yeah,
map!
Gondola.
Oh my god, dude! It always turned into the
Yeah.
same thing. Everyone on free for all would just converge near this little, I think it's a Scorcher that spawned there, and just it just stayed there and just fight, and then game over. And
Yeah.
I think it launched with what, like 3-4 multiplayer maps, but when you think about it, if it launched with 4-5 overrun maps as well, that's 9 maps. Except in your experience, if you don't play overrun, it's only 4 maps or 3 maps, and vice versa,
exactly.
same thing. But
Yeah.
overall, people begged for a game about Baird. You got a fucking campaign about Baird. Congratulations. People begged for something different. They got something different. But yeah, some of the choices, like the crosshair always on screen, didn't really. The center screen was the most consistent it's ever been to me. But when you put that crosshair on the screen at all times, it makes everything so easy. If they just made it like the campaign was, where they didn't have that, which is weird, right? Not put it in campaign, but put it in multiplayer. I think people would have not been that critical of it.
Wait, what was it that they put in campaign? Not in multiplayer?
So the crosshair always on screen is not in the campaign, but it is in the multiplayer. And
that was a dumb decision. And you spawned with 8 shots in the shotgun.
Yeah, exactly, that too. But also the recoil and everything, because I played through Judgment a couple weeks ago for charity. The recoil for campaign, like hardcore insane-esque, right? It was a lot better. If that was in multiplayer, it would have worked a lot more. Like Lancer fire, retro fire, etc. It was like difficult to control, But you go to multiplayer, and the Marksa is basically like this. What is it? Fucking 15 rounds or whatever it had. Just headshot machine. That was the only spawn gun that could headshot while you're in cover, right? Like Lancers would just go right through you, but Marksa would headshot you. And so broken. So broken.
Literally broken.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Did they even play their own game? It actually makes me
doubtful, man. Doubtful.
The Bolt Talk at the moment, you can headshot somebody with 1 shot up close.
Yeah.
With an active 1 shot.
So
to
fun.
The head is a
oh
headshot.
Man, it's so fun, dude.
That's amazing.
Just adapt.
Amazing. And Helios made a good point. There was no locust in Judgment. That actually, people hated that. And it's like, I honestly think Judgment was so close. It was like things that they really could have. They could have fixed just a few things, like the crosshair on the screen.
I would agree. They could just swap out a character and say, red team is Locust. That's it. That's definitely inside the Unreal Engine.
Easy.
But
that game was so close.
They just wanted to try something new. Okay.
Yeah. Quick throwing grenades.
In all honesty, man, without Judgment, we would not have Gears 4 today. Because Gears 4 has the Marksa from it. It has the Overkill. Like, it has a lot of influences from Judgment that...
Yeah.
If Judgment didn't happen, they would have probably made that same mistake with Gears 4. And the last couple of months, or even the last year of Gears 4, all my arguments with people were like, okay, look, if Gears 4 is this bad, let them fuck up Gears 4 so fucking bad and just make it so good for Gears. Man, I wish I didn't say that, did I? My God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no. I thought Gears 4 was honestly, I don't know. I thought Gears 4 was a great game at the end. Like the last 2.8 update.
Yeah.
With the
cost a lot of bodies.
I always played the comp tuning. But I thought it was pretty good. It just seems like Gears 5 Gears 5 feels like back when they first were developing Gears 4, that if they handed the project off to a whole nother studio and said, hey, you make a game, this will come out, this will be Gears 5 you're making. And then like their team like made Gears 4. And then it's like, what would have happened if this whole other studio worked on it? Because it doesn't feel like Gears 5 built off of Gears 4 really at all. It's actually,
if you look at the people who made Gears 5,
it runs like ass.
Sorry?
I have a beastly computer. It runs like ass. Like it's just the way the game feels. It feels like a way big step back. The input lag on console, like shit like that. Like I'm like mind blown
at how this game of life hardware, right?
Yeah,
they try to go overboard with the graphics and all the other shit, and It runs, but it runs very slow. It's not Usain Bolt. It's more like
Yeah.
someone
They should have
else.
just kept it on the same engine. They made their jobs harder than it needed to be. They
Yeah.
could have taken Gears 4 and just like
But Gears 5 was
improved the
also,
graphics,
you look at the
like,
teams that worked on Gears
new
5,
maps.
it's like almost 4 times the size of what Gears 4 was.
Right, it's like 500 people,
Massively
right?
outsourced. So that could definitely
Yeah,
be
that's bad.
that, day
That has to be a big
one,
factor.
a team gets an idea, then they're left alone for 3-4 months, and then they come back and it's like, well, this doesn't fit. Oh well, you can't go back, right? That's game development. Like, work on something for a couple weeks. After a couple weeks, does this work? Yes or no? No, go back to the drawing board, and that's really unforgiving. Like, it's really unforgiving. But me as a consumer and you as a consumer, that ain't none of us our fucking responsibility, man. You know, we buy your game, we tell you, hey, do more of this, do less of that. If you don't want to listen, I'll take my money elsewhere. Long live.
That's a good point right there. If you want to, and you at least make us, just saying that you heard us isn't listening, by the way. You know what I mean? They'll be like, we hear you. But it's like,
but like your parents,
actions.
Right? Shut up.
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah.
I hear you.
Whatever,
Yeah, like,
man.
sure you do. Like, nothing will change. Like, what do you think of I remember I made a few memes when Gears 5 launched, and eventually Node Zero finally had replied to me. Not that I was like really trying to get a response from him, but eventually I did, where he was like, "I'm not feigning ignorance. Like, what do you think I'm feigning ignorance about?" And I was telling him, like, the best example was the aim assist, where, like, first of all, you didn't even tell people that the aim assist was. You'll be like, "It just has aim assist," and it's like, yeah, but this isn't even like the same aim assist
that's right.
that we've ever had. This is like a whole nother level, and to like pretend like it isn't, like, that's what I mean.
I think Node expects a lot of us to know what he knows, even basic level. I think when he says, it's just normal aim assist. I think he expects us to know those mechanics. I might know, you might know, some people might know that pay attention, but the majority of people, they look at that and go, "What? Just get rid of aim assist completely." But when you argue like that, my God, there's some people that argue.
You don't have to get rid of it. You just have to keep it what it was in every other Gears game. Just it was never a problem. It was even for the pros. I don't even think the pros are saying we don't want any aim assist. But we are saying we don't want aim assist this strong.
No, that's not true. See, that's the thing. That's the craziest part, man. Yeah, because when they
Lexi, thanks for the tier 1.
When they explained,
appreciate it.
What aim assist was in Gears 4, remember, with the videos, and they showed like the lines of the shotgun and stuff. They showed that the bullet magnetism happens at a certain degree, blah blah blah, all the other shit. When they showed that, the majority of people, not just pros, I'm not saying all pros, but just certain pros, but also certain people in any community, they screech and don't understand that it's a necessity. It's an online video game. It's not going to be perfect. It needs some leeway in certain directions. When people claim that just get rid of all aim assist, no, you don't.
It's the dumbest thing.
Want that.
Yeah.
You think you do,
you don't. Especially
but you don't.
Players, you don't.
Oh my God. But it's the same with lag compensation. When people say, do not put lag compensation in, or some kind of trade window. If you've ever played a game like Battlefield where you shoot at someone and it's called dusting, it means you're hitting the person, but you're not actually hitting the person. You can shoot for days. That guy will turn around, shoot you once, you die. That's because the game is not compensating for you. And that is simply what happens when you get rid of the aim assist or any of those systems. And the majority of people, they literally just they parrot what everybody else is saying. Get rid of aim assist. That guy's really good at the game. He must know what he's talking about. Get rid of aim assist. And just everyone, get rid of aim assist. All aim assist must be gone.
Why do we have two extremes where we have the comp players have no aim assist at all on a game, by the way, that has, I know some people swear they don't feel it, but if they played this game on PC and went back to console, like I always played on console, the input delay is awful.
Yeah.
Like I played in a 2v tournament 2 days ago, and I had to play it on console because they don't allow crossplay. Yeah. And I would have to play on Xbox for at least maybe 3 or 4 days before I was even like somewhat as good as I am on PC. It's that bad. It's a different game. It's crazy. So we have this version
real quick,
of no aim assist.
Just to interrupt you there real quick. It is proven that not everyone feels it. So probably through years of all of us playing video games and shooters and stuff, our brain calculates that so much faster than the average person, that an average person can go on both systems and kind of go, I don't know what you're talking about. It feels fine to me.
Yeah.
It's like that, but is it the
From
majority?
144 hertz to console.
I don't think so.
It's insane. It's crazy the difference for
Yeah.
me. Like I can't even. I have to. But it's weird. Like you need. I think that they had the aim assist be so strong because they know that the input lag is so bad that if they had launched the game without a strong aim assist, everybody would have been playing like shit. And that's what I know this for a fact because Node told me some statistic about if people don't get a certain amount of kills within the first 10 minutes of ever playing, they quit and never play it again.
If people
so they wanted to make
no kills in the first 3 games they ever played, they quit.
Right.
It's like 94%
so they were like,
of people.
So they overcompensated big time by lowering the. That's what
why,
I loved about Gears.
Like why? Those people eventually are gonna understand. Like people like us, we're gonna shit on them. You're still gonna get no kills. You're making it easier for everyone, including the better players.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially if you're really good with like snipe or bolt talk or something, like it's insane. If I see Helios with a snipe, I'll just run the other direction. I'll try to like if I'm on his screen at all, my head will be taken off. Like it's just insane.
Yeah. So aim assist,
and because he's really really good, he's really good even without all that aim assist. So if you give him aim assist on top of it, like oh my god, bro, we're just run away.
Yeah.
Like, run away from him.
And that's what's back in Gears 2. Like everybody remembers. My god. Snipers in Gears 1 and Gears 2, man, everything was so sluggish. Like you had to set things up. You had to know what someone was gonna do because, dude, the sensitivity. You move like a fucking freight train on top of a tank. Just got him.
Yep.
And everybody remembers the notorious headshots in Gears War 2. You'd be like, okay, I'll line you up. The guy walks into the shot. Poop. Hit him in the head. Nothing happened. You're like,
nothing happened.
What is this? And that's called dusting. That's exactly the problem that we had. But when people don't learn those terms, they just go, the headshot is broken. And then Epic looks at the headshot and goes, no, it's not. It's working fine. But online, there's a problem there. But that's not how people argued. Yeah. That's not, even today, that's not how people argue. They see a problem in the game, and instead of figuring out themselves, what could it be? Is it online related? Is it game mechanic related? Is it a bug? Right? No. It's broken! Fix it!
Yeah. Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, I always laugh at people that post clips on Twitter where like they obviously were just lagging. Like I'm just like, come on, you know this game's like online, right? Like that clip that like they'll upload a clip of someone sponging their shot, and I'm like, this is one anecdotal situation where you know that shot is supposed to work, and it usually like what can they actually do? You're ghost hunting. There's nothing you can do about that. Like sometimes you're just gonna lag.
Clip real quick.
Here, let me open your. I don't even have your.
Yeah,
screen
no,
open.
I can share my.
Are you gonna show me? Oh, you're gonna show me. Okay, cool.
So this is the aim assist bug. This is the aim assist bug during Gears of War, like the starter Gears, that we exposed through the stream and stuff and uploaded to Twitter and all that, right? And to me, this looked like a bug inside Versus, like inside the way the shotgun just acts, right? But then when you actually watch it, here you go, right? See how the bullets just pull towards the guy right away?
All of them.
Yeah, that's aim is. That's
the magnetism.
Yeah,
right?
That's the magnetism, exactly.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
To me, this was just a Versus thing. Like, oh, this is a problem within Versus. This needs to be fixed, right? And this clip on my channel has like 2.4 thousand views. So a lot of people seen this, and a lot of people shared them to TC. But it turns out, after spamming them with this stuff, it turns out that this was
PvE, right?
Yeah, this was the PvE Nasher aim, like bullet magnetism tuning, bugged into Versus on both competitive and like core playlist. How exactly?
How does it launch like that?
But that's the thing. That's technology, dude. Like it's sometimes that shit is so iffy. It can just happen. Just it happened. But if I didn't push that, and if you guys don't push that sort of thing, TC will never know. And I put in not just a clip, I put in whole threads of what I thought it could be until they finally
Mhm.
figured it out and said, yeah, it turns out this is a problem. You know? And
Yeah,
that's one of
and on
many
top of there being
examples.
magnetism,
Yeah.
on top of there being magnetism, because that's a yeah,
But again,
what
that's
has
the launch Nasher,
magnetism.
right? That's what we all experienced. Whether you're a
Mhm.
calm player, whether you played early or not, that's what we experienced. When people say, "Oh, the Nasher's shit," or "The Nasher's really good," that's the Nasher you're using. It's broken, completely broken in verses. Even if you're playing
Right.
execution or something or escalation. But yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah, it's unacceptable. There's just no excuse for
it
that,
takes so
quite
much work
honestly.
to get that type of information out there for anybody. It's
Yeah.
and it's so unrewarding because the majority of people just think you're just like Prodigy said, you're just being toxic or you're being this or you're being that. When no, you're trying to fix
Yeah.
something. You know?
Yeah. No, I had somebody, on Twitter who, like, when I was speaking out about the game, he told me, like, it's like, "Your negativity is all it's gonna do is make more people," because you're an influencer, you have to be more careful about complaining because more people are gonna listen and not play the game because of you. Like, it's just gonna hurt the player base. And I'm like, I thought the whole point of an influencer is that it's actually the influencers that need to speak up about the problems because we actually we say these things because we want the game to be better. We're not doing this to try to hurt nodes' feelings and try to make people not play the game. I've been playing this game since I was 10. Like, I love Gears, and to see, like, a lot of these problems that it has, I'm gonna speak up about them, because I want the game to be better, you know what I mean? Like, I I don't know, like, it just blows my mind that people will be like it's like a religion to them. Like, some of these people, bro, like,
Like a cult,
straight up, like, it's like they are seriously willfully ignorant about, like, the
deranged.
problems. They're like,
Yeah,
yeah, like, "Don't talk about it. If you talk about it, more people are gonna quit. You're an influencer. Don't you understand? If you say that you don't like the game, other people like, as if people can't think for themselves." It's actually kind of insulting
yeah. That's how
to
I look
if
at
you
it.
if
I try to treat
yeah.
everyone as an individual, but if you're gonna act like you're
Mhm.
part of this just bigger, greater group, then okay, fine. You portray yourself like that, I'll treat you like that, unless you prove me different. But I mean, here we are today. People can have an opinion of you because they've never heard you talk about this or have only seen your tweets at TC. But because you put yourself out there like this, you get to clarify. And I mean, nothing is ever going to work as well as, face to face conversation, um, or
Right.
whatever the hell we're doing right now. I just noticed that my camera's off. Lol. Um,
Yeah, you're
that's,
good.
that's, yeah, I mean, this is what's missing, ain't it? A lot of people spend their lives like staring at a phone all day, not understanding that when you're together with friends, you're supposed to talk to one another like real people. I think it's the same with inside video games. People have fucking lost that connection of like, yeah, you might go play Horde, you might go play Escalation or whatever, but at the end of the day, we're all playing the same fucking game here. It's
Mhm.
everybody
Mhm.
matters, but in the long
Yeah, and
term, the big picture, I think,
you shouldn't assume someone's intentions are like, to say, like, "Oh, you're doing this because you want to see the game die." Like, why would you why like, everyone should come to the table with what would you say? With the idea that, like, you expect that the other person has good intentions. Like, you should and like, I don't know, it's like this people just want to think that you're just being toxic or that you're just wanting to be negative. It's like, no. Like, and,
yeah,
I know I've talked to, a pro who talks on the phone with people like Dana, and I don't wanna
yeah, yeah.
because it's like he told me about this in confidence, I probably shouldn't name him,
No,
but
no,
one of the
don't.
pros talked yeah, so someone talked to Dana on the phone recently, pro player, and he told me in a DM, he's like, "Listen, man, I talked to Dana on the phone yesterday, and I'll tell you," he's like, "all of my hatred for this game has just been confirmed." He's like, "They truly think that we're just bitching and that we like, all this complaining, like, they really, really take it with a grain of salt." He's like, "They might be able to fix matchmaking and little tweaks here and there, but this will never be our Gears.
Yeah.
Like, they're really taking this and making it something it's theirs now. Like, they don't give a fuck about the OG Gears players, really." Um, so, yeah, I mean, to hear from this guy in particular, who, if, like I said it, like, everyone would be like, "Oh, shit," because this is like it's just
Don't go there, man.
like,
This is like
damn.
a move away.
Yeah,
Move away.
yeah, it's very disheartening, it's just like, I don't know. It just to hear that this guy has lost faith in the coalition, it's like, well, shit, man. Like, you're one of the few people they listen to, so it's like I don't know. I don't want to see. I, I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that like people didn't speak up before, and I'm hoping that like people will now because
What is there
a
to
lot of people like
lose?
what is there
Like,
to lose now?
honestly,
Exactly.
what is there to lose? There's so
What is
many
there to lose? Yeah.
streamers, YouTubers, everybody's trying to make some kind of career. Guys, it ain't about that, man. You want to make a career in
Yeah.
something, you'll make it happen somehow. But dude,
Mm.
this game,
But the game has to be good.
oh,
We have to like the game we're playing, or you can't fake passion. You know what I mean? You can't like people aren't going to get passionate about playing the game and making a career out of it. How are you going to make a career out of it if the game's dead? Like it blows my mind that people like are willing to sit by and just be quiet and not speak out about these things.
not
So
even attempt to make a
not even a attempt. Yeah.
very good, well-informed, I don't know, video or something. Just something, man. Show that
Mhm.
you're not as willfully ignorant as everyone expects you to be, or just suspects, I should say, you to be. Because I wanted to chip in on what you just said about when you approach somebody, you should have the belief that this person has the intention to do
You
right or
should
something.
assume.
You should assume that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But if someone comes to you with an accusation of something, you should also not reply with, no, 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 you're just wrong, right? Instead,
Exactly.
why
Yeah.
don't I just ask
Yeah.
them, okay, prove it to me. Prove that to me,
Mhm.
right? Give me some
Yeah.
real evidence. And most of the time, I've noticed from other people I've watched do this to other people, most people just fall short. They'll bring up something out of context, something very short, like a piece of a thread, right? One paragraph, and they say, you said this that one time, thus, this is what you are. And I can
Yeah.
flip that. Anyone can flip that. You can say, okay, I'll go back to what you said back then. And what did you say? That won't go anywhere. And at the end of the day, all that
Mhm.
matters is what you truly do with your time and effort, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
Or they'll attack you, like, they'll be like, "Oh, well, you only think that because you're a YouTuber or a
yeah,
montager." It's like, "Listen, my
just like
argument
that.
is
Like,
either good." That's not even a response to what if I give you an argument about what I think, you that is not a response to it. Either my argument is good or it's bad. I would prefer that you actually just respond to what I actually said instead of saying,
exactly.
"Oh, but you're a
I
montager."
said
It's like,
that
well, that's
earlier
literally
too.
not a response.
Said that earlier
Did
about
you?
like
Yeah.
looking, not to you, but to someone else, talking about like,
Mhm.
instead of paying attention to how someone's saying something, look at the message that what they're saying. Because like, I'm Dutch, right? English is not my main language, so a lot of the stuff I'll
Right.
say is simply lack of vocabulary and lost in translation. But I'll just do my best to make my point clear, especially in text. It's very tough because I type the way I think. So I'll put it
Mhm.
out there, done. A lot of people, they admit to me, you come off super strong. But then when we have a conversation, it's like, you seem hella laid back. It's because I don't have anything to
Yeah.
lose or prove here. It's just, this is what I
Mhm.
want to say. This is what, I see what you say, and I just respond to it because that's what I see. Is that, am I correct
Yeah.
here? And a lot of people, they take that the wrong way, not just with me, but with the developers as well. You look at the
Mhm.
developers' tweets or statements as they're dodging, then yeah, it's going to look like they're dodging. That's just how it's going to be. But if you treat it like you said, with the assumption and the assumption pretty much that they are not ill-willed, then it's not so bad. You can actually have a conversation, and you see when Ryan
Thanks for
responds
the host, Atlas.
a lot when Ryan responds, he's trying to have a conversation, he's trying to connect, but people just, they smack him right out the fucking, just right out the gate. Like, oh, he
Mhm.
responded, flame him. And then everyone jumps
Yeah.
in, right? Oh, that person got attention. Jump in with them. You just go look. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
And that, as a
Yeah.
developer, that's just gonna make you go, okay, enough Twitter for today. I'm out.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And then they call this
Yeah, I
pro
would probably
player on the
rage quit off
phone,
Twitter.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's I don't know. I just some of them, it just I guess, like, people's frustrations are it's a lot of these problems, man, just seem, like, so ridiculous. Like I said, going back to, like, the aim assist thing, it's I just don't get how I just how does this shouldn't happen. When everyone says they want a single tuning, they know what we meant by that. And so when, you know, listen, we can't
Think
have an
they know.
extreme where there's no aim assist. They think, yeah, I
You
guess. I
think
don't
they
know.
know?
That's the thing. I thought
Mm.
everyone thought that Rod Ferguson like was really kind of in tune with the community, but I think that we've all we've all realized that that's just not true at all. That's actually just not true at all.
Dude is about
In fact, where the hell is Rod?
as corporate as the man can be. That's what he is.
Yeah. Well, he went woke too, right? I mean, he was talking about like inclusion and shit. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to get into politics, but it's just kind
It
of like,
just
listen, man, this is
the
not.
way they
Yeah,
portrayed
it's
Gears way before today or these years was way different than what they talk about now. When they talk about Gears
mhm,
now, oh no, sorry, let me rephrase that. When the coalition talks about what Gears was meant to be in the beginning, it is completely different from what they in the beginning said when Epic announced Gears. It had nothing to do with anything that they claim, right? About like
mhm,
the only reason Gears was so popular is because they catered to the white men. That's why they made Marcus white. They catered to black dudes because they made Cole black. They catered to Hispanic people by putting Dom in the game. Like it's so simplified and frankly hella dumb and racist to think about.
it
Like,
is, it is,
oh,
it is. Yeah,
I can't relate to Cole the rugby player or the football player because I'm not black. What the fuck? I've
yeah,
played
yeah,
football.
yeah,
Like it's just an attitude, a character, right? That's all it
yep,
was. But they make it out to be this grand thing. Oh, dude, Kate is this and JD is that and Dell is the new Cole. And like, dude, shut the fuck up, man. No one sees them like that.
yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
Cole,
It's like
Marcus,
moral
Dom, they
posturing and
all
shit.
yeah, exactly. They all earned
Yeah.
their character through the story, right? And
Mhm.
like that's what people felt connected by. And then they kill him
Mhm.
off pretty much. Since Gears 3, right? They
Yeah,
they killed Dom. It's
yeah.
like, okay, now what? Oh, now Dom's
Now
back as a
how can I
zombie.
relate to him?
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dude, it's so dumb. It's so dumb.
And there's a lot of
Um,
things, right? The no smoking, um,
what's up, Ichiko?
right? Crazy how Rod will say, okay, he's against smoking, so he doesn't put smoking in Gears 5. Super brain
Yeah,
dead.
what?
But, okay, are you for guns? You for killing people? If so, then
Yeah,
why can you kill people? Or, I mean, if you're against killing
yeah,
people, then why are there guns in the game?
yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah, why it's how is yeah, how is like what putting something in the game how it's supposed to be at the same time like advocating for it or approving it is kind of silly. It's
have you
like the
ever heard
Joker film.
someone say, "Hey, I stopped smoking because I played Gears 5"? Get the fuck out of here, man! Get out of here, dude!
I don't
Crazy.
wanna play Gears 5 because it triggered me because I quit smoking 10 years ago, and so when I saw them smoking in Gears, I was like,
Or
"Have a
if
cigarette,
you
man," and it
played
just
Gears 3 DLC, right? Ram Shadow, you saw
yeah.
Barrett with his big cigar. You went, "Oh my god, I need a cigar right now, man!
I
Come
need a cigar right
on,
now.
dude!
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, man! You can't be serious, dude!
Quit enabling my nicotine
Addiction,
addiction,
yeah,
Cole.
it's crazy."
Yeah, it's really silly.
But
It's silly, but
Nobby just
mhm.
said, "I'm from the UK and White Cole is my go-to guy always." Yeah, but again, people that loved Gears, they didn't look at any of this, like Chaser said, this posturing, right? This culture of like, that's the true story. No,
They do it
no,
in
it
Star
really
Wars.
wasn't.
Well, di yeah, they do it in Disney does it a lot,
Yeah,
I've noticed in their
and none
films.
of it works.
The
It doesn't
yeah,
sell.
it's
It crashes. It
yeah,
burns. They say get woke, go
yeah,
broke. The case.
yep.
Like it's just dumb. It's just dumb. No one hates women. No one hates men. No one hates black people and Hispanics and Gears. It's just dumb, man. It's just dumb.
Mhm.
When people say in the Western world and they say, "Well, yo, man, we hate the Mexicans."
So
They
bad.
hate the Mexicans
Yeah.
because the Mexicans also hate everyone else, right? It's just rivalry in the game. But at the end of the day, we
Mhm.
all love Gears. It's just normal. It's normal, man.
Mhm.
It's normal.
Yeah.
Nothing serious. And of course,
Yeah.
you always got the rotten apples. They're always going to be there. It's always that one
Mhm.
percentage of any community that is really like that, and they use everyone as an excuse to handle that the way that they do. But man, to like you mentioned, the way they go broke, it's just or sorry, the way they go
Go
woke,
woke.
right?
Yeah.
It's so insulting to everyone that's put so much time and effort into it.
Yeah.
And like you said, if that person was really on the phone with Dana and Dana admitted that, really the way that that person says, they could always twist the story to what they want it to be. Um,
Mhm.
that is just so not only demeaning but extremely unprofessional. It is your
Mhm.
job to make this game the best it can be for the people that buy it.
Yeah,
It
you're making a
should
product for
never
us. You're not
matter
making it.
what you think of those people.
Mhm.
Honestly, you should never
Yep.
even admit that.
Yeah.
But hey,
Yeah, no, it's sad, yeah, it's sad. They think
crazy.
that we're just bitching, and and that's why what you were saying earlier in the stream is that, like, no matter how much bitching we do, if we spend money, like, if we bitch about the store, but they're making a bunch of money, then nothing will change. So maybe they
Would
think, "Well,
you?
people are bitching about all
Would
these
you
skins, but they're
honestly, dude?
buying them."
Would if your whole fan base would like 1,000 people would bitch at you every day, right? And every day they keep giving you a
Mhm.
dollar, man. That's $1,000 a day, bro. You really
Yeah.
gonna sit there and go
Yep.
like, oh, "I'm sorry,
Yep.
guys. I'm so sorry.
Yep.
I'm so
Oh, they're
sorry
just
about your
bitching.
feelings, man. Yo, I'm gonna change, man. I'm gonna change, man. Thanks to your bitching. Uh, no, nothing's gonna change until you stop spending money and time. That's when they go,
Mhm.
uh oh.
Yep.
Because then
Yep.
heads are gonna
That's
roll.
what
Metaphorically speaking, heads are gonna roll. It's a metaphor in my country. Okay, it's just a saying we use, right? It means that people are gonna get
it
fired
gets
because
you
they're not
there.
doing their job.
Not literal.
No,
Yeah.
no, not literal at all.
Yeah.
Okay. No heads are gonna roll. Okay, nowhere. Not even
Are
in
you making the
gears.
threat right now, Dutchy?
I gotta, you know, gotta
You gotta put a disclaimer.
posture up.
Yeah. Note one thing that I thought was really interesting. I don't know if you saw this on Twitter. This was maybe a few months ago, but when Node finally did reply to me about the whole, like, when I said he was feigning ignorance, I was like, "Do you really think that, like, the aim assist wasn't strong enough in past Gears games? Like, why is it so strong now?" He said, "We've seen it." He's like, "The games evolve over time, and we see, like, our what we've done to aim assist as table stakes," which is a term in poker. I'm sure a lot of people don't know, but it's like when you begin a hand, you're not able to put more money in that you had from the beginning, when the hand started or whatever. Do you know what table stakes? Pretty much what he's saying is that, like, it's an industry standard now for, like, this is just how it is now. And it's like, listen, well, how I see it is they keep, and it's like it's this overall problem that the coalition has, where they keep making their game where it just seems like they're not willing to take what the community would say is the best elements from each game and making the game that, like, if they should make a Gears game that has what everyone would say is, like, which game had the best movement that people think in overall. Like, obviously everyone has their own opinions, whatever, but try to make, like, bring the best movement, the best weapons, the best maps, the best like, try to take the best elements from other game from past Gears games. But they take elements from other games that aren't
You just
Gears,
said it.
right? They take elements.
You just said it. It's the
Yeah,
standard of the industry. But if you want to be the best, you cannot be the standard. You have to set a new standard.
exactly.
My
Thank you.
God,
They're
man.
exactly,
And like you just
exactly.
said,
But
if you
I'll
just
send
take
a
the
tweet to you
best
later
out of
about
everything, there is no standard for a Gears game.
it. Mhm.
The only standard is what
Yeah.
we set for a good Gears game.
And Gears is a niche game anyways. What do you talk, like, you can't even, like, I don't know, I just wish they would embrace the fact that, I don't know what they're trying to do. I feel like they tried to take Gears and make it something it isn't by taking
Clearly.
elements from mainstream games, but Gears is not a mainstream game.
No.
It used to be huge though. It still was, like, I remember Gears 3 was huge
Yeah.
when that game launched. I mean,
On
everyone in my high
360,
school played
man,
it.
like
It was
30% of your
huge.
whole friends list usually play Gears 3.
Yeah. It was huge. It was really, really, and, like, I feel like it could have returned to that, but for some reason they it's like, I don't know, I thought maybe it was like
I
this,
think it could have gone beyond, man. Honestly.
I thought it, yeah,
Could
I thought
have
maybe it was like this pride
did
that
it
they
right.
have, like, they don't wanna bring back, for example, the Digger. Like, they're like, if everyone wants the Digger, they won't bring it back because Epic designed that weapon. Like, I'm even surprised that they brought, the Marksa back, but then again, Epic didn't really make the Marksa. It was, People Can Fly. So it's like, I feel like they are very, prideful, or
Super
maybe, like,
selective.
hesitant to, like, yeah.
Mm.
Like, bring back, like, it's okay to do things that Epic Games did, because everyone, if they did something right, don't just change it for the sake of, we wanna make our own identity. Make a whole new IP then. Like, and I'm now, don't take that as we don't wanna see the game evolve or change, like, we want, because it'd be like, "Well, then just go play Gears 3, go play Gears 2." It's like, "No, no, no, that's not what I'm saying."
Mm.
But they've taken the extreme of, like, they really just seem like they are just against doing certain things that Epic Games did, even if even if it was good. Like it's okay to bring back certain things that Epic Games did. Like please bring. I don't know. It just blows my mind. It just seems. You know what I'm saying? Do you
Yeah,
feel
no,
like that?
I
Like they do that?
definitely. It's not just them, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a lot of companies do that, right? They take
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
game gets shoved to another team, like hey, figure it out, and
Yeah.
it's not all the coalition's fault, of course. They have leadership problems as well, probably where
Oh
there's a
yeah.
vision, right? Like every team needs a vision or a leader with a vision. When you have someone like Rod, that you look at his last 10 years of employment, look at the games that he's made, CS:GO for Xbox, fucking Train Simulator, all this shit where you're like,
Mm-hmm.
come on, dude, really?
Yeah.
When
He
you
didn't even play the original trilogy, right? Node. Did Node play the?
no,
He didn't even play
no,
it,
but
but he's
that's
the head.
okay.
Okay.
That's okay. Yeah, like it
Is
sounds
it?
weird, but that's okay considering like
Yeah.
you're a developer, like these people
Right.
work so many hours in a day, it's uncountable, right?
But they make fun of the only 2 people that were involved. Like they make fun of at LAN, they were making fun of Strangulate and Jim Bob. The two ex pros that are working for them. They were laughing about how they don't listen to their ideas. I saw them do that
What
at
do you
LAN.
mean?
Like
TC was
someone
laughing
asked them
at
about
them.
like what do you well, yeah, they don't listen to Strangulate or Jim Bob because even though those who played the original trilogy, they're ex pros. They don't listen to them, and like I know from other pros, like there was this secret meeting that happened in San Diego with they brought PGL
Hot take.
together and the coalition and a bunch of pros, and they all sat down and like from I wasn't there, obviously I'm not a pro, so like but like these pro players were sitting there voicing their concerns about like the problems with the game and with the way PGL has treated them, and they were listening to them. They had like this meeting to do this, and and I heard from a few of them that when people were like, "Why don't you listen to String or Jim Bob?" Like they literally like laugh about it. Like they, this is just what I've heard, and like so yeah, I don't know. It just seems like they need to. It's I don't know what it is. Like they seem so
It
prideful
just
about like
seems, plausible these days,
why do you have them there?
right?
Yeah, the, they should listen to both of those guys because they know what they're talking about. But it just seems like they. I don't know. I swear it's like a
But
prideful thing or
then, in the
something.
same breath, I think today Strang put out a tweet talking about Coalition Gears has the best intentions for us all. They are listening.
Yeah, I
Like
saw that. I saw
what?
that.
But again,
Yeah,
that's what is put out. That could be corporate saying, "Hey, put something out." I don't know. It could be anything. It could
could
maybe
be.
Strang has
Yeah,
changed his mind and just goes with the flow to keep his job. Who knows? It could be all
maybe.
those things. And
Yeah, who
again,
knows? Yeah,
just to be clear, I don't want anybody to lose their job, okay? But
yeah.
it's very
Oh, yeah,
important to
no. Yeah.
me as a professional in any capacity on anything, even my own job, that you do the job you're hired to do. End the story, right? But when you admit stuff like this, if they really did that stuff, dude, if I was there, I would
It's so
square
unprofessional, man.
fucking record them and put
Yeah,
them on blast on some fucking YouTube channel or something. People
yeah,
fucking Keemstar or whatever. I'd put it
yeah.
out there, man. Well, what the
Well,
fuck?
the shit you see on the developer streams, dude, they say shit on didn't they laugh? They'll do things like they'll read someone's comment in, like, a
Be
mocking
very
voice,
demeaning.
right? Like,
Yeah, I said that too, but like
yeah,
how
like, shit
Dana
like
did that.
that is just insane, man. You can't you I just don't dude, like, the whole culture has to change or the whole, like, attitude, like, I don't know what it is, but
Yeah, and I hope that this is the first stream I've done like this. No idea where this is going to go, but I hope that it kind of motivates everybody that does want to do something like this or wants to make a positive change. I hope that they understand that you, even if you're some random, as in you don't really influence anybody, you just want to put yourself out there, whatever, do it, man. Do it. Form this sword, right? Just form a sword and fucking start hacking away at these problems. And you'll see that
mhm.
when you hack away at them, eventually someone will take notice, right? And it could be a developer, it could be someone else. Like I've had other developers from other games email me and DM me about how I was right. That is such a weird experience
Mm,
to like
that is
experience because if I go to my videos, it's a couple hundred views. Apparently, out of those 100 views are developers from other video games.
Yep.
That is
Wow.
so weird, dude.
Wow.
And when those people say you are spot on, I think, what the fuck? Yet the whole community is pointing at me with a gun, metaphorically
Mm-hmm.
speaking, and going, Dutch, you don't know
Metaphorically.
shit. And I'm like, what? How though?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
are you getting the same developers messaging you? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
That's really interesting.
That's so random. And I'm not gonna expose this person because they asked me to not put their messages out there. Otherwise, I would. But like, that is a big deal, man. It
Yeah.
really is. It really is when people in the professional environment like that reach out to you and go like, yeah, unfortunately, you're spot on. You know. And I can't even imagine working at TC right now. Maybe being someone like us, maybe being like Ben. I don't know. I've never met Strang, so I wouldn't know. But I assume he's
Mm-hmm.
that kind of guy. What
Mm-hmm.
it's like to work in day out. You know, thinking like, man, we have so many answers, right? All these people in the community, the pro community, they give out all these answers, all these solutions, and no one here is listening. I can't imagine what it's
Yeah.
like to work like that, man. You know,
Yeah.
it
That's
must be awful,
rough.
to be honest. The job itself
Yeah.
must be fun. You know, you're playing years for a living, right? Right? But
Yeah.
it's one of those things. A lot of people, just to jump on a different topic real quick, a lot of people jump in the
Mm-hmm.
military because they believe that it's better to be part of it, right? So that you can make a direct influence or difference than be on the outside. And I think a lot of people inside development teams like that, they have a feeling probably that it's better to be on the inside and make some influence than not be there at all and make
Right.
maybe even the product even worse. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
your personal motivation. When I hear something
Yeah.
like this, if I was Ben, that would be the only thing that would keep me going is knowing that
Yeah.
if I'm not there, it's probably going to be worse.
Yeah.
But
And hoping
I
that
don't
maybe
know.
they'll come around, considering the game
I don't know.
didn't do so
Again, when
well.
heads are going to roll, metaphorically speaking, it's not going to be the top of the fucking developers. It's going to be people like Ben
Yeah.
who are going to be, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because hey man, they're just employees, right?
Yeah.
Sad
Yeah.
state, man. That kind of upsets me. Not gonna lie, the way you admit that. That sucks.
Yeah. It's sad.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
That's why I'm like getting to the point where dude, there's just really nothing to lose at this point, and like to see like the Gears 3 on PC thing, and we're like, I guess the hope is maybe they'll when they see people wanting to play that instead of their own game, or you know what I mean, like just to show that there's an audience of people that are like, we don't want TC's Gears anymore. Like maybe it can influence them. I don't know. We'll see. Like it's like you speak with your wallet, you know. And
Yeah,
the player base
and
is,
your
I don't know what
time,
they hide what it is, but it can't be.
your time, man,
Yeah.
your time versus your money investment is the most important commodity anyone ever has. I can say,
Mm-hmm.
okay, if I have to grind 50 hours for this skin or I pay $5, I'll be like, how much money do I earn in 50 hours? A lot more than $5. So I'll just give him the $5, be done with it, you know? Unless I want to
Yeah.
dedicate my 50 hours to that thing. But
Mm-hmm.
nowadays, it's more and more like obvious, really, when a developer is only after your money. When they simply go, no, this is the way it is, without really explaining why, right? Like, do you think we're
Yeah.
that stupid? Right? Do you
Yeah.
actually believe we're
It's
these
insulting.
drones that just work, come
Mm.
home, and just go on the computer and go, "Hey, I want to buy this skin today." Like,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here, man. You know,
Yeah.
get out of
I
here.
want the moment to for me, like man, I just want the gameplay to be good
Yeah,
more than anything.
I think a lot of
And
people think
yeah,
that
like
way.
the state of the store and the matchmaking and all that shit,
Did you
like it's so
catch my
important. But
my
god
example of
dang,
like a new setting? Girl, I'll show you quick.
new setting.
Yeah,
Let me see.
on Asher. So I made an example here. Share the
Mm-hmm.
screen again. Right. So this is the current bullet spray. Right.
Yeah, it
This
looks
is
like a stick
taken out of
figure.
yeah. Well, you saw this. I copy
Mm-hmm.
pasted it out the original screenshot.
Mhm.
But this is the current pattern at about 8 feet. It's 2.5 meters. This is about a 2-shot, right? 2-shot down, people would say. You
Mhm.
hit all the pellets. But if you go over to 16 feet, which is twice as far, 5 meters,
Mm.
um, all the pellets still pretty much hit. This would still be considered a 2-shot down, according to the game, the way
Mm.
it is now, right? And everybody hates that, except, of course, the casuals who don't really care anyway. But in order to
Mm.
solve something like this, my idea, if we're going for a single tuning, right? And even if it's split, we can still do something about it. I would go, I'll go back to this guy real quick. I would do something like this. Now, this is more reminiscent of the old gears. And the reason I would do something like this,
I already see.
yeah, I would,
I know why.
the pellets a bit bigger, a more centered shot, that if you want to play for
So if you're an
accuracy,
accurate player.
yeah, if you play for
Mhm.
accuracy,
I see.
you will do enough damage. 10%.
That makes way more sense.
Again, I can't bring up the numbers because I don't have the numbers, but let's say 10% per pellet. That's 40%
Mhm.
on a center mass shot if you only hit these center pellets. Well, if someone's on this range, you hit 4 to 5 to 6 pellets. That's 60%. 2-shot down,
Mhm.
right? Realistically.
For sure.
Yeah. But now
Right.
the benefit of this type of pattern and stuff would come at large distances, which is 16 feet. See, now it's a lot
Mm.
harder to hit all pellets and put someone 2 shots down in 2 shots. I mean.
Right.
Right? You might, if you hit all 4 center shots, you might get 40%. Might. This is someone
That's
standing
so,
like
wow.
this.
Yeah, I like this a lot more.
Right?
This idea.
And
Yeah.
one of the benefits, again, to this one compared to this one is that when someone's really close to you, see, this is a bad example, of course, because it's just enlarged.
Right.
If you hard aim someone coming up to you, right, this is about the spread of the shot. So the game needs to
Mhm.
compensate for whatever the hell you're hitting here. So center chest, that is probably a kill. But if someone's doing an up A and coming in or out of an animation, right, that little circle, this one, it might cause you to shoot through somebody or the game to miss or whatever. If you have this one, it's almost twice the area that you cover,
Mm.
right? So it's
Right.
a lot easier for the game to compensate for something like this, in my opinion, right? From what I've
Mhm.
seen, experienced, etc. So up close, it doesn't
That way you
really.
can still body people up close.
Yeah, it is just
But if you're far away, then accuracy is more
exactly.
more
And if
important.
someone's at this range from you,
Accuracy is
right,
more
the 2-shot down, this to me is
Mhm.
is a pretty fair 2-shot down range. 2.5
Mm.
meters, 8 feet. It's literally about a player and a half distance away from you. If you laid them down on the floor, that would be a 2-shot down. That to me seems
Mhm.
pretty fair, right? Now,
Yeah, that should be a 2-shot down.
we'll go far distance again, right? Another suggestion. So say if people say, no, this is shit. Okay. And we now need 2 tunings. Well, if they are 95% the same, you'd end up with something like this, in my opinion. So the red is core, the
Mm.
blue is comp. What's the difference? Well, not that
Okay.
much, except that the spread is
Yeah.
slightly wider, which means that,
Mhm.
it's a bit harder, right, to hit long distance shots.
Yeah.
If someone's up close, pretty much a non-issue, pretty much the same thing,
Right.
right? It all kind of stays the same.
See.
However, if people still say this is shit, I would go for this one. So this one is these pellets on the outside are bigger to compensate for, up close, etc.
Someone up close.
Yeah.
Right.
But on far range, again, this is comp. Yeah, this is just comp. It would reward people who are more accurate. So you do 50% damage if you hit all these 5 shots center fucking of your crosshair.
Mhm.
That way, on this distance, it would be a 2-shot down. But let me tell you, this is a lot harder to hit, right, than this.
Right.
I mean, look.
Yeah, that actually looks ridiculous.
Look at this. Look how many shots you get to hit.
Yeah.
Just because you hit the crosshair, right? Like, this is all inside the crosshair. And I can show you
Well,
this.
especially with the magnetism is you don't even have to really shoot
Yeah.
them there. You have to just literally, like, look at that. All of those shots hit, right? From there.
Oh, almost. Yeah, pretty much.
Or almost. Yeah.
But this is the pattern, right?
Well, once you move slightly to the left, right?
Yeah, see?
But how is the difference between 1 inch hitting every
Well,
bullet
that's the
and
bullet magnetism, right?
Mhm.
Because in
Yeah,
Horde, in
that's ridiculous.
PvE, it's not that important, right? It's not that important to be super accurate on the chest. But
Oh,
in
okay, that's right.
Versus, it
This is
is. Yeah.
I wonder how it is
So
now.
this would be a 2-shot down. I believe if I shoot here twice or whatever, that might be the next clip. This one, I think it is. This is where I shoot the
Oh,
legs.
Jim Bob's in my chat. What's up, Jim Bob? Wait, he says, that's going off a linear graph. Means you can 40% someone from 30 meters away.
Yeah, again, it's a
Mm.
I understand that, Jim Bob. Thank you very much for the input. This is just a prototype.
Right.
I made this up in
Right.
like fucking 30 minutes just to get something
Yeah.
going for today. But I would obviously go
What's up,
for,
King
you
Beast?
know, some type of drop off damage if possible. If you go for something like this, or let's say the red one, right? 10% is just a ballpark number. Maybe these could be 10.
Mhm.
Obviously, they don't use 10%. They do like damage numbers like 125 per shot or something like that. I don't really remember. And then it kind of drops down. But to me, this would be more consistent overall for what people want. They want to be accurate with their shots, but still do enough damage. Poke damage, as Ryan likes to call it, I think. And then up close have, you know, enough leeway that a point blank means you hit all these shots. And again, Jim Bob is one of the devs, right?
I see.
He gets to.
I see what Jim Bob means. He says the red one means hitting the left or right of the spread is more beneficial because you could still, for example, if you moved it a little bit to the right or to the left, then you could kind of hit like the outer 3 dots, right? And also still maybe hit all the 4 center ones.
Yeah, so like this.
Is that what you mean, Jim Bob?
If he means like this.
You hit more pellets by half missing someone. I see what you mean. I see what he means by that.
Yeah. But that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like it can be that these center ones are maybe closer together or something, or these ones spread out more. Again, this is just if I had to draw a line from these from the gun like this, right? That would be just a straight line, but it wouldn't really be like that. These could spread out even faster, so they would go left and right even further. So this might be the 8 feet range, if that makes sense, like this, right? But then when you go to 16 feet, this red one might be over there or something.
Obviously. Right.
That's all I'm saying. Is kind of where there's absolutely no way I can just put this out there like I intend to. But just to give an idea of what I would do with the tuning, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But I get what he's saying. If you hit someone like this, you would technically hit more pellets. But
so yeah, definitely it would. Yeah, the spread would have to.
It's better than this
from
what I just have to look at it, like, you know, from all my experiences. But hey, at least the discussion's there. Way, right?
Yeah, that's true. Just throwing it out there. Wait, is that smoke on your desktop?
Yeah, man. Look.
What the hell?
Awesome, right?
Yeah. How the hell do you do that?
That's called Wallpaper Engine, my friend. The Steam app, yeah. $10.
$10.
Use code Dutchy for a discount. No, I'm kidding.
Sponsored by Shadow Legends.
Oh, dude, don't even go there. Read Shadow Legends. The best RPG you've ever played. Oh, the great graphics.
Oh, yeah.
So is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Back up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, shit.
Cool. Anything else I want to talk about? Well, there's a lot we could talk about. I think we've hit a lot of main important points here. Like, I'm hoping that they kind of back off of the whole we're trying to make our own identity a little bit and try to make just a good Gears game. And not saying they can't have original ideas, but like even just like, and this is so huge. A lot of people felt disconnected from Halo 4, for instance, because they didn't have the same soundtrack. So like that feeling of you're playing a Gears game is kind of lost when you take away, like, I can't even hum the main menu music to you right now in Gears 5. I can't even think of it right now off the top of my head.
I know the Gears 4 one.
You know the Gears 4 one?
Da 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 dum.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Yeah, but yeah, you remember it, but it's kind of like an earworm that you don't
Oh
really
wait,
want
is
to.
that's Gears 4, right? Or is that Gears 5?
Is it?
No, yeah, that's Gears
Dude,
4.
to
I
be honest,
know
I'm going off your
Gears 5 is something
I'm going
else.
off your word there. I'm actually I don't even have that one in my head. But like people don't, dude. It's like that's so important. Like you have to. I don't know. I hope that they like do certain things to like make it feel like Gears again. Like bring back the soundtrack if they can, or have a similar one. I don't know like how that works with the licensing and how much that costs or whatever. But what's up,
I mean,
guys?
I think they have
Um,
all the access, man, but they
yeah.
want to make something new, you know? They want to make
Oh,
something
and
new.
the tone and like the look of the game. Go back to Gears 1 or 2 or like a mix between the two. This cartoony shit. Have you seen that video? Gears 5 lacks weight and
Yeah, yeah,
intensity.
but Crowcat,
Have you
yeah.
seen that video?
Crowcat's a
Yeah,
genius.
that video was perfect.
Yeah.
It shows like you just watch that and it's like it's actually kind of comedic,
It is.
unintentionally.
That's his point. Yeah. That's his
Yeah,
shtick, really. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he
So
still
like
brings it home.
if they watch that video, just watching that video, I think is more important than even the video that Z made.
100%.
And Z made a great video about the skill gap, but like that video appeals way more on an emotional level
100%.
to the people that watch it.
100%. Even
And
people
because like
touching the
the
game.
skill gap matters.
Gears 1, Gears 2, you
Yeah,
touch the game, you're in the menu, you instantly feel like, dude, this game is fucked. What the hell is all this, right? All on
yeah,
fire and dead and shit. And then
yeah,
Gears 3 did that too with the lambent omen in the background and the menu. It all had this nice dated feel, right? And then Gears 4 is released, and Gears UE even, and it's all this really clean cut, no character. Oh.
yeah.
Like Gears 4
Yep.
just had JD or a drone with a black background. Like,
Yeah,
are you
it's
kidding me,
yeah,
dude?
the main menu is it's just not you spend a lot of time hanging out in the main. I mean, think of how much time you spent
Yeah, you
hanging out
do. Yeah, unfortunately.
in Gears 2 and 3, Gears 1, 2, and 3. You spend a lot of time in the menu. And I don't want to hang out in the main menu on Gears 5.
No.
And you got to hang out there a lot longer because the matchmaking doesn't work. So you're just sitting there like, my
Woo.
God, this is boring.
Yeah.
It's just, it's those things are more important than I think people have. I just feel like that isn't talked about enough.
No.
And
It's a lot of
the
little
little
things,
things add
man.
up.
They really do. Like you said, they add up.
100 little things, 1,000
Yeah.
little things, man, they add up. And like you watch that video and you get to see the differences, like in the just the little things. But it's like there's a lot of little things, and so like
And even
I don't know. That's
massive
where you feel
things.
like the passion
And this
is,
was kind of an industry shift as well, because when I watched that video, I actually looked also other games like Far Cry, etc. During that era, 2006, 2009, 10-ish, a lot of developers, they had so much, well, not time, but like leeway in how much they were really able to do. Like the destructibility
Mhm.
in games, the physics in games, like it always really top of the shelf type of shit, right? But then
Yeah,
corporate puts their greedy hand in there and goes, how do we sell everything, right? How do we
yeah,
really make the most money? And that's when everything just,
yeah.
the Gears 3
That's what you notice.
kind of held it together, but then after that was 2011, really, you know? So at the end of two.
But think about that. That's 2011, and you watch that and you feel like, my God,
Yeah.
that is
But
the
even
attention
if
to
you play
detail.
Gears 2 now, man, it's still a really solid game. A lot of things were
Yeah.
thought through. The other day, I just started playing Mass Effect 1. That game is also from that era. There are a lot of things in that game, so
Mm,
many attention to detail, loading screens, etc., where it just makes you feel like you're still in the game, even back then, right? And that's really impressive for
yeah.
if the first game or first or second game or something like that to really make that much of an impact. Most games just don't do that anymore. They could, but they don't take that risk or believe that, or invest in it, I guess. Some games really sell
Mm,
themselves, but then when you buy it's like, what is this? We all know that game.
yeah. 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 100%.
Got any
Oh,
people?
there was one other thing. I don't know if you've talked about this with anyone yet today, but I had one of my friends. He bought one of the characters on the store like a couple days ago,
Mm.
and he's like, "What the hell? I can't even use them." I'm like, "What are you talking about? You can't use them?" And then I was like, "Wait, hold up. Do you have the OG character like that? You have the OG one that you have to have like the totem? You already know what I'm talking about." Bro, he got scammed, bro. Like, they don't tell you. You spend $5 on a character and you can't use him
They
because you don't have the original one.
they do.
He's a skin.
They do.
Do they tell you?
Yeah, they tell you on the WhatsApp with a little the WhatsApp.
In the
The
WhatsApp,
the,
that's like
the
fine.
WhatsApp with a little star.
They shouldn't let you buy
right?
it then. Why do they let you buy it?
Little star, and then it says at the bottom
What?
like you need the original character to use this skin. Like it's all deliberate, man. They know. They know.
They know.
They
They know.
know. There are people who are paid to think up these systems. The fact, it's just the way it is.
Because then you have to be like, well, now I have to buy that character. I've already spent $5, so you're already invested that. If you don't spend the $5 to
But
get
it's
the
all
next character,
rest
to
as
get that
well,
OG
Chase,
character,
right?
it
It's
was a
not
waste.
just that. It's like
Yeah.
they make these characters and they say if you bought that season 1 bundle or whatever, that free for all bundle, you get the character for free. So what you're saying is if you spend $20, you get this, you get that, you get the whole plethora of skins, but then you get also these skins afterwards for free? Then what's the point in buying them separate? Like,
Yep.
what the fuck, man? Hey, can I have a plate of rice, beef, and some broccoli, please? Oh, what's that? How much rice do you want? The plate full, please. Oh, well, you're gonna get this quarter, and then the rest for free if you want it. What?
Yeah. There has to be a better.
I don't know. I think that was yesterday. I was talking to Angry, and I used this this comparison that like the way TC sells things is like you go to a store, right? You want to buy a crate of beer, right? You go to the store, and instantly there's this guy selling you 2 of the bottles for 10. So no, for $8. But then a crate is $10. So you want to buy the crate because it's more value, and they go, no. You gotta buy these bottles. Well, why? It's cheaper. No, it ain't. No, it's cheaper. But I want the crate. Okay, then get the crate. But if you buy the bottles, you need to buy the bottles, otherwise you can't make the crates. What? That's how they do business. Yep. They just so complicated and weird put together. Anybody that thinks about it just kind of goes, what? This guy just said it in my chat. Example, Krampus. You need the Scion. If you do not have the Scion, you couldn't use Krampus.
Yeah. And they'll give him to you and be like, now you want to use him, don't you? You have him. Well, you don't really have him.
You unlock the Krampus, but you don't have Scion.
I don't even have Krampus. I've never spent a dime in the Gears 4 or 5 store, except for once. I bought one character in Gears 5 now. I did it because I couldn't.
This is crazy, right? Like it's just the opposite of fucking business. It really is.
Yeah, you want to spend your money if you believe in the game and you don't feel like the company doesn't respect you and like your money and the time.
I would deadass. I would pay for a monthly subscription to Gears, $20 a month on top of the $60 price tag if it guaranteed me the best content, the best maps, the best servers, the best of everything. I would not mind spending more money a month for a game that is worth my money and time. Period. But instead of looking at it like that, you just kind of go, what can we scam the fuck out of all these people? The game is free.
Yeah.
Nothing is free.
Gears 3 I thought was like you just the amount of content that you got with the DLC, it justified the asking price. So you didn't feel guilty or bad about it. Like I know people that buy shit in the store in Gears 5 are like, oh man, I don't even want to give this company my money.
Give it a year, and all those skins that people bought now are for free. They're just gonna get them
for free or sold again for dirt cheap.
Just like with Gears 4, like you mentioned in the beginning, it was like people pre-ordered a certain game from somewhere, and they were like, "Yo, this is exclusive." And literally a year later, they went, "Oh no, it was only exclusive for that year." What? And Rod said this, right? Rod admitted this on Twitter. Oh my god, man! Imagine admitting that and feeling no shame whatsoever.
Yeah, it's amazing, actually.
Oh, yeah. Dude. Whoa!
It's hard to look at, bro. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just I'm having a hard time with this game, man. I mean, I love Gears, but my god. You know I have to restart the game? I have to restart the game once an hour. At
Because
least
it
once an hour
lags,
when I'm
frame drops.
because, I think there's a memory leak or something, I guess. But after about an hour of playing, if I don't restart it, it becomes, like, unplayable. And so, like, if you're watching my stream, imagine once an hour, I have to restart that, and it takes, like, at least
That
5 more
memory
minutes. I
leak
mean, it
was
takes
even in
forever to
Gears
connect to
4,
servers.
dude.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah. How? How? Yeah, Gears 4 runs beautifully on my computer, except for now I can't find any matches, or if I do, the ping is, like, 250. It's just crazy. It's crazy. I think Gears
Nice.
4 was a better game in every way. Like, current Gears 4 is, I think, great. I do wish that the maps God. I know they're catering to escalation, but isn't it weird, by the way? Like, the game design caters to, like, to the pro scene, but then they also don't listen to the pro scene, because they're such a small percentage of the community. They're like, "Why will we listen to you?" And it's like, fair enough,
Well,
but
why
why
do you
did you
make
make
a
all the
game
maps?
mode?
Yeah. And all the maps appeal to just that one game mode. Like, all the
Dude.
maps are based around escalation, but they don't listen to them. It just makes no
But even
sense.
then, they
None of
still
it makes sense.
they put in like Old Town on Gears 4, right? They make Old Town first. They
Mm.
fuck up Old Town because fucking the shark at the bottom of the map is like filled with pixels and shit that just lags out the whole game. But then they put that
Yeah.
into the escalation rotation, and they put these hills in places.
Right next
Dude,
yeah.
what the fuck, dude? Out of
Yeah,
spawn?
yeah,
Like, what? Even
yeah.
people who don't play escalation kind of go, what the fuck?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Yeah. It's
Hilarious.
I don't know. Yeah, it's gotta be the game just all comes down to, like, I really think it was just big time rushed. It just had to like, I know actually how many maps Gears 3 almost had or could have had, how many unfinished maps or maps that were actually finished but just never released. Did you know there were 7 versions of River
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
Gears
it
3?
happens a
7
lot.
versions. We didn't get a single version.
Revisions happen a lot, but
7 versions. But we never got a single version, and, like, I'm not saying that to really complain, although I wish we would have gotten River. I love that map, but the fact that they had so much like, the amount of maps that didn't release on Gears 3 outnumber the amount of maps that did release on Gears 5. Think about that. How much extra time did they have? How much it
yeah,
just
it's
blows my
crazy.
mind. They must have
all of this math stuff that they put out, right? These time frames. Okay, it takes 6 months to make a new map. Okay, how many new maps did you make for
Wow.
Gears 4? Yeah? How many? Like 18,
Yeah,
19. You're telling me that
they were
all these maps took 6 months each to make or
yeah,
remake?
no
Like,
way.
what? How do you
Yeah,
expect us to believe you when
yeah,
you can't
there's no
even
way.
do any math, man? God damn
Yeah.
it. It's
No, it blows
just
yeah. And if it does take that long, then they need to make some big changes internally, because that's just unacceptable.
yeah, and hey,
Wait, what is it?
maybe it's the map builders are inexperienced with the programs, or
Mm,
maybe they don't have the right vision, or again, it could be
that's right.
leadership. It could be a whole plethora of
That's
reasons.
right. There was 2 more DLCs that didn't make it too for Gears 3. One of them, by the way, was a campaign DLC that had open world
Mm,
missions. And, like, they finished it and they just never released it.
yeah,
It's like, I don't know. You would think Microsoft has, like, so much money. I mean, they spent all the money on marketing, right? The Coalition didn't spend any money on marketing.
no,
That was all Microsoft. Microsoft's like the Coalition's like
yeah.
sugar
A
daddy,
lot of
essentially.
people when people say games these days become more and more expensive to make. Some of that is true, right? Of course, but
Mhm.
it's mostly marketing. A large portion of money being invested in stuff is for some reason always put into marketing. Uh,
Yeah.
Probably because
Instead of making the game
the
good.
people who do marketing are probably really good at selling something, right?
They are
They
damn
sell
good at it.
themselves really
Yeah.
well to those companies and go like,
Marketing was
how
insane for
much
Gears
how much
5.
of your budget you willing to spend on us? Oh, a couple mil. Okay, let's do this. That's how. And they're
Mhm.
like, now you got to spend like 20, 30 mil on all this advertisement, and like turns out
Yep.
you don't even need any of that.
Yeah.
That's just what they do.
All that
Just what they
all
do.
that money on marketing could have gone to the actual game development, and then they could have paid some streamers, which they did
I've
anyways,
argued
right?
the same thing with the esports scene. In my opinion, like now looking back, right? I'm not saying anything should change now, but just looking back, the millions spent on the esports scene as a whole, I don't even know. Like just if you just include the prize pools, but also all the money in the background, right? If they never even started that whole thing, they spent all of that on
Mhm.
better developers and maybe better assets and maybe better systems for those people to use, maybe we would have had a better game. Maybe that would have set a better foundation for esports in the future. But
if you believe in your own game,
I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't know. It's just
that's what I was
a
saying.
conversation. But when I bring that up to people, dude, yo, I get flamed, bro. I get flamed so bad because
why?
they just think I have a problem with them. But it's like, no, dude, it's just conversation, man. It's just a thought that comes to mind, and I have a reason for thinking that way. But we'll never know, will we? Right? We'll never know.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say the same thing about all my gear and stuff. Yeah, maybe if I spent this money on something else, maybe I could have made something out of something else. But I'll never know, will I? Just reflecting on what the choices were.
Well, all you can do, you can't change the past, but you know, you can learn from your mistakes and hopefully make, you know, not fuck up in the future. Like, so I'm hoping Gear 6, like, honestly, this Gears 5, they might fix some problems.
Gear 6.
Yeah, that's all you can do, right? I mean, I think they're gonna remaster Gears 2. I'll say that. I think they're gonna remaster Gears 2, and you don't think so?
Fuck no.
Well, I'll talk to you after. I'll talk to you after this.
He's like, yo, what the fuck? Nah, dude, I don't think so. I
All right. You don't think so? All
mm.
right, I'll talk to you after stream about that because hey, I'm just saying.
I'm saying, yeah, no, hey, I put out a tweet. Just saying, I put out a tweet. Let me hear your thoughts when you hear this, right? Let me see if you get moist real quick. Don't take that out of context. Right? So Gears 2 remaster, right? After Ryan Fools brought it up, yeah. 15 to 20 max sensitivity, 60 hertz servers, Gears 3 metal system, all maps, as in all the maps from Gears 1 and Gears 2.
Every map ever?
Yeah. Gears 1 and Gears 2. Overhauled Horde, Execution, King of the Hill, Guardian, Gears War 2 edition, Wingman, Capture the Leader or TDM. I mean, escalation, I don't think it's going to be necessary for Gears War 2. Crossplay, obviously. Leaderboards, pre-TU 6, obviously made better with new improvements. Yeah. Competitive playlist with massive quit penalties, right? And 100 ping check. And by a ping check, I mean, if you are above 100 ping, you get a disclaimer saying the game is going to fucking suck. Deal with it. You're going to be playing against other people 100 ping. If you hear that, right? How moist does that make you, man? Like, I'm literally swimming right now. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, well, I'll say this. Gears, okay, so
ran out of characters, but I also meant really good character skins and weapon skins.
Yeah. Gears UE launched with the Xbox One when the first generation Xbox One, right? Series X is about to come out. They didn't want this game, Gears 5, to launch alongside Halo 5, right? So they rushed the launch so that it came out this holiday season. Next holiday season, they're launching Halo. I'm hoping that they announce a Gears 2 in between now and holiday season, and that gives us a game to play until Gears 6, because I think we have a while for Gears 6. I'm hoping that this happens. I'm hoping that this Dutchy, you don't think it will?
Hey man,
you don't think it will?
Here's some water for that first you got, man, because it ain't never gonna happen, man.
You don't think so?
Nah, dude, hell no. I don't. Do I think they're not capable? I think they're capable, but I'm. Dude,
you don't think they will?
Working on Gears 6 now, man. To take people off of that and make Gears of War 2 remaster on top of that, dude. On top of Gears Tactics, bro. I mean, what do you want, man? Do you want these games to be as good as cardboard, or do you want them to be like shiny carbon? You know, like what do you want? What do you want, Chase? What do you want, dude? Tell us.
Yeah. Well, I just the direction that the entire franchise is going.
It's like
I don't know. I used to be like,
right? Take it out back.
Yeah.
Take a fucking double barrel and take it
metaphorically,
out
guys.
Yeah. That's what Nachot said, not me. I'm just.
It's just a quote. It's just a quote. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Maybe I'm. You know. I don't know.
You're optimistic, man. I commend it, dude. I commend it.
I am. I don't know.
Oh, Gears movie as well. They're making a Gears movie, of course.
Oh yeah, but they've been saying that since
Ah, but
2007.
really, though, really, it's gonna be one of
Are
those
they?
like really C level
Are they
Netflix
really?
movies, you know, where they hire these
And
people
maybe on Hulu.
who never have touched the gym in their life, right? And then they go to the gym
Yeah.
once, they're like, "Yo, that's Marcus right there, man!" Like,
Some cosplayers. Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine.
Dude, they've been talking
Have
about
you
that
ever seen
forever.
the Japanese Gears of War movies? Like fan
Um,
movies, fan fiction.
Japanese Gears of War
Dude, you
movies?
gotta look
Is
them
that
up
what you said?
sometime, man. Yeah, look up like
Yeah?
Japanese Gears of War movie or whatever on YouTube.
What? Alright, I'll look it
Dude,
up. I don't think I've seen it.
people, man, this story is incredible, incredible.
Mm.
Not even being sarcastic right now. Dead ass chat. Anybody, any chat, any, look it up, man. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
gonna look it up. Some anime,
You know,
Gears of War anime,
should I
maybe?
just play it on
Like
stream?
an anime
Should I
series?
play it on stream?
Yeah, go ahead,
For the
play
one
it up.
time, for the
I wanna
one
see.
time.
Will I get sound?
Oh yeah. I can.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Don't let Japan touch it, please.
Oh shit, man! It's gonna be amazing. Let's see here.
Hashtag make Gears great again.
I'm just looking at what
This is not the hashtag you've been using.
the original video is. Not wait, hold on. Not available. Say what? No.
Not available
don't
in our
me.
country?
No, hang on.
In your country?
Hang on. Oh wait, I think I found it. Yeah, boy. I got two of them, man. Wait.
Yeah.
Woo! 7th of November. 681,000 views, everybody. 681,000 views. More views than Gears trailers, boy. Let me tell you.
Damn, that many?
Damn, son. Okay, are you ready for this, dude? Are you ready for this? Okay. Okay.
I'm excited. Helio says he remembers these. I don't know if I've seen this.
Better production value than TC. You can hear it, right?
Yeah, I hear it.
Good.
What the fuck? Damn, that's heavy. Look at those graphics.
Look at that jet speeds, bro.
Zach, look at this, bro.
Look at that jet speeds.
Dude, he doesn't fill it at all.
Vegan Marcus. Vegan Marcus.
Worn out
Vegan Marcus.
worn out faces.
What the fuck? This is a Japanese
Marcus fighting the coronavirus.
fighting the coronavirus.
Crazy.
Look at all these people are like, what the hell is this guy doing, bro? Oh my god, I respect it. Yeah, the passion, bro. Dude, Japanese Marcus.
Sick though, man. I respect it, dude. I respect it.
Oh my god.
All these locusts. All the locusts.
They're looking at him with the most uninterested looks I've ever seen.
I mean, it's normal, right? Normal in Japan.
I guess so.
Find it kind of sad.
Look at that jet speed though, man.
Oh my god.
Some saggy ass oh.
Find it hard to tell you. Find it
Oh my god, what?
when people
Look, it's
run
Dom.
in circles. It's a very, very
Wow. That's Dom.
That's Dom.
mad,
I can see it looks just like him.
mad.
Oh my god.
Children waiting for the day they feel.
This is amazing. What are they yelling at him for littering?
Happy birthday. Feel the way that every child should. Sit and
How have I never seen this?
sit and listen.
Fucking pigeons.
went to school
On sale.
and I was very nervous.
Chainsaw and
No
rifle.
one knew me. No one knew me.
Wow.
Hello, teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me. Look right through me. And I find it kind of funny.
Oh no, he's not on the
Find it
screen,
kinda
bro.
sad.
This is actually a joke.
Dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. The people run in circles, it's a very, very bad.
Lambent. Yo. Oh, wait, it's not done yet.
Oh no. He's wanted to end it all.
It's DC investigating the lore.
Who's next? Nice.
He's playing on the TV, guys. Rest in peace.
Oh my god. Yeah, someone's got to tell him.
He doesn't even play claw.
He's not even clawing.
Not even paddles. It's Dom. Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh. God.
I actually need to squint to look at this. Oh, the cringe. What the hell am I watching? Yo, what the fuck?
Good, right? Look at it. What is he trying to do, man?
I have no idea.
Is he
what
trying
I
to do the
just
Terminator smile? There you go, man. You know, that's one of them. That's one of them. The other one
Wow.
is the real Gears of War movie. It's when he's older, 3 years ago. I mean, it's... Hey, look, man.
That is
You
amazing.
can hate all you want, but it is the case.
It's amazing. Wow.
Incredible, right, guys?
That was inspiring, actually. That was...
Right? I bet
It's gonna
everybody
stick with
now
me.
wants to be an actor. You know, and I honestly think they should hire him for Marcus. Fuck Batista. Clearly.
Dude, get him the right trainers.
Nice.
Nice. Oh my god. That was
Special,
that was something
right?
else.
Yeah. What's the name of
Wow.
that video? Real Gears of War movie. Something like that.
That was incredible.
Yeah, Gears of War movie with a bunch of...
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty
Well,
badass.
shit.
But again, like I said,
That
better
was.
production value apparently than TC because more people have watched this stuff than the Gears of War trailers.
Jesus. That's
It's really sad.
wow, that's an interesting fact.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
What happened, bro?
no idea.
How did we get here?
So, question.
Oh, yeah.
In the next 3-4 months, what do you realistically think is going to change?
God, man. I don't know. You would think a lot could get done in that time, but
Would you? Wait, what makes you say that?
well, based off you would think, right? No, you would think, but I'm saying like, what's happened in the last 3 to 4 months? You know, I don't know. I mean, I'm interested to see what they do with the fact that okay, so like the free for all maps that we had didn't have free for all in mind from the beginning of their development. They were supposed to be escape maps, right?
Mm.
Now that free for all is a mode in the game, and they can be like, all right, let's design a map for free for all from the beginning. I'm interested to see what they'll come up with. I don't know if they'll bring some free judgment maps over and say time.
Judgment maps. Are you high?
Yeah, just because free for all was on that game, I don't know. They could take judgment maps and just tweak them
How, though?
because like
Because they wouldn't fit for Horde.
Like you're
would
gonna have
they?
to. What's that?
They wouldn't fit for Horde, would they? They need to fit for Horde too.
They need to fit for everything. They have a one size fit all policy, right? I guess. But no, you can't play Horde on the escape maps, can you? On
No,
the
but-
current free for all maps that we have.
No, but honestly, the free for all maps aren't really actually free for all maps. They're just the same tiles they
Yeah,
use
they're
for
escape.
escape. But
That's what I mean. What now that free for all is a mode
yeah,
that they're like, let's design maps now for free for all. I'm curious to see what they'll come up with.
I can guarantee you it's going to just be those tiles. Just the same old.
It's going to be escape
just
maps.
the same old. There's no like that one map,
think?
the that new one, Allfather Arena, it's called, right? The arena one,
Mm-hmm.
the mausoleum thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's new, but that's also intended for other game modes. So yeah, you can chuck
Right.
free for all on there. It will
But not
work,
free-for-all.
but it's an afterthought in my opinion. They can sell it that way if they
Right.
want to, but I see that as an afterthought.
Yeah. I mean,
What
I hope that
use-
they fix
Think
matchmaking.
about this. What use is this ever-changing environment if free for all is only one round?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess it's every time you play it, I mean, it could be a different beginning, technically.
Different game, really?
What if it actually did change mid round?
Awesome.
What if it could
Another way to
That'd be
glitch
sick.
the game. Awesome.
yeah. Yeah. That ain't gonna work, is it? I don't know. I mean, I hope that they fix matchmaking. I hope that their store becomes
Yo, fun
a
fact,
little
real
less
quick.
insulting.
Fun fact: the
Mhm.
real mausoleum, right? It actually included changing levels, right? While they were doing the gladiator fights and stuff, they could change the way the thing looked. Not only that, dude, they had actual sea battles inside Colosseum. Sea battles with ships, my guy. Ships.
That's wild.
These old fucks with a bunch of stones got something like that going. We can't even get a fucking video game together, man. Get it together, humanity.
Oh, yeah, they
We
gotta-
live in a society,
crazy.
for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. I didn't know that. Did it sea battles?
History. Yeah, dude. Documented
Yeah?
and everything. Yeah. Crazy, right?
Wow. That is crazy.
Crazy.
There's a lot you could do with that idea of a Coliseum and like shit changing, but I feel like they need to take it a step further and like shit be happen. Like they could have a mode where
Needs to work, man. Game needs to work.
Some- they could, dude, imagine like that idea, but with like Horde. I mean, couldn't you could do some cool shit where like in the middle of a round, like a door opens and instead of like a lion, you get some crazy locust boss. You know what I mean? You could do some like cool shit. I don't know. I wish they would get. They need to have more fun
on
with
a
this.
damn chain. Rawr.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah,
Or
imagine. Yeah.
Berserker.
I don't know. I
Oh,
just
wait.
feel like
I would have one of
I
those.
wish it feels like there's no passion and there's no fun. They're not having fun with it. They're not like it just doesn't feel like there's just no excitement. I don't know. Like I don't know. I wish that I wish there was more passion there, and it seemed like they loved their own game because it just doesn't feel like the people at the coalition love Gears. That's just how I feel. You know, I'm not saying that's true because I don't know. You know,
Yeah, I'm
but
sure.
do you
Again,
feel
I think that the
like, I don't know.
developers there, they were shoot in Gears, right? They were like, "Hey guys, you want to work on Gears?" Who would say no? Realistically,
Yeah.
who would say no? Most people would say yes, but I think that they took on a task.
but the
and
leadership over there?
oh,
the
yeah,
leadership
that too,
over
but
there
just the
especially.
game, dude, the culture, everything that is coming with
Yeah.
Gears is so much baggage that you need to get right. Otherwise,
Yeah.
well, look where we are today. But I cannot possibly imagine it is a great time working at the coalition on because remember they used to be called Black Tusk Studios, but now they
Right.
decided, okay, we're only going to focus on Gears, right? The Gears universe. That's going to be our thing. I can't imagine sitting amongst those people and at any point you go to YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, whatever. You know, who knows? They even might watch us talk about this stuff right now. At any point, never feel like you're connected to us. Everything
Yeah.
we say is always like, that ain't right. It's okay, but it ain't right, you know? And I think most of us are just
Yeah.
fucking tired of not just complaining, but also, like I said, waiting, giving it another chance, paying for it, you know? what the hell's the point, man?
Yeah. Dude, I loved Gears so much, man. I spent so much fucking time playing this game growing up. That you feel like anytime you feel like you've invested money and time, especially the amount of time, you don't want to abandon ship. You know, it's like when I saw you kind of be like, I'm done with this game. Like that's why people that's why people were took note after once you stop playing. It's like, whoa, shit, because you were someone who it's like, dude, you just the people that love Gears and play it, for those people, it's something so special to them. I know so many people that grew up playing it as like an escape because like because life can suck sometimes, and like you could get on Gears and just get away from all that bullshit. And the people that really understand what makes Gears fun, to the outsiders, they see it and they're like, well, that game looks weird or whatever. But like to the people that play this game, like the people that have been playing it since the OG days, Gears 1, Gears 2, it is just tough to see. Like, I just want the game to be fun. And I just feel like I'm just not having that much fun playing it anymore. And I'm trying so hard to like hold on to it. But
So much.
I
You had
mean,
so much to do in Gears.
it's so hard.
It just it
Yeah.
allowed you like horde versus whatever, right? And everybody there just
Yeah.
they all seem to be on the same track,
Yeah.
right? Everybody wanted, especially the old heads, right? Gear 1, 2, 3, I would say. Like 1, 2 would be the purest, and 3 would be if people started playing on 3, you still got the majority of the people that fought the way that we do. But like back in Gears 1 and 2, that's when everyone was like, oh, dude, it was so super toxic. You had to be toxic yourself just to continue playing the game. Just to continue, because you would just, dude. If you sucked, right?
That was
it was okay to suck for a day. It was okay to suck for a couple of days, but if you sucked after a week,
yeah,
you were getting deleted.
Gears
You were
is a
getting
hard
deleted
game.
off your friends list, man. If you had a crap connection and you were host, man, bro,
Oh,
you would get
man.
so much hate mail. You would never touch that game again.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You had to have a thick skin.
Yeah. You learned.
Yeah,
real
and you
quick.
had to love the game.
Right.
That's what's crazy is that I played, like I said, I didn't get good until like the end of UE, like right before 4 came out, and I still played that fuck out of Gears 1, 2, 3, and even a decent amount of Judgment. And I wasn't even that good, like comparatively now. Like I was a slightly above average rank kid, maybe. Like I was really not that good. I was no wall bounce kid. I was no one worth watching. But man, I didn't have to be the best at that game to enjoy it. I just loved that game. I loved that game so much. And once I started getting really good at the game, especially near the end of UE and going into 4, it's obviously really fun to be good at a game. But it blows my mind to think about how I'm like so much better. My skill level is so much better than I was back then, and yet I had more fun playing the game.
Yeah.
When I was like not that good at it.
But also remember,
it's crazy because it's just
the average skill level of today way different than back then. There was way more competition back then, and like just because you're individually a good player does not mean that you will somehow perform well against equal opponents. Nowadays, and a really outstanding player can just shit on everything and everyone, because the game allows that. But back then, it was like, you know, try that shit in Gears 2. See how far you get in Gears 2 by yourself. Good luck. You can cross down Pavilion, cross the map to Mulcher, you're dead. Go through Boom Shield, you're dead. Go on Hill, you go across to Bridge to grab Boom, you're dead. You know, everything had a purpose. As soon as you go out there, you try to do something, you best be fucking ready. You best be ready. You can't just wall bounce your out. You know, that wasn't there. It was just...
But you go out. That's what made you want to get better when you saw that. Now it's like, well, everyone's kind of like the skill gap is so low now.
It's a prerequisite, right? Like, back in the day, it was like you were just good at Gears as a whole. Now it's okay. Do you play claw? Do you play paddles? Do you play alt or not? Do you play 30s or not? If you don't do those things, you're okay. You're okay, but you won't be as good as them. Right? And in ranked, it's kind of like the natural progression, right? People play quick match, they learn, go ranked, they learn, from ranked to maybe GB or underground, they learn, and then spiral up that way, right? But that's
Right.
no longer there
Yeah.
because a lot of people can't even beat each other on ranked because people on ranked are like super sweatheads. I brought this up on Twitter
dude.
to people as well, is that in Gears 4, the game didn't even launch with ranked leaderboards. It launched with quick match leaderboards. Because, you
Yeah, what the
know,
fuck?
quick match players need leaderboards, right?
Yeah.
So what do all the
what?
sweatheads do? All the solo players, they go play quick match because they want to be on the leaderboards. And who can blame them,
Right.
right? Like,
Yeah.
and they say, no, it's too hard.
Well,
It's too hard to implement that now into the game.
Yeah. Well, do you? I can't have such a hard time playing ranked, bro, because, dude, I don't even. They don't show you what your win loss is, but which is so ridiculous.
You can
They
kind of
show you how
look
many
them
games
up,
you've
right?
won.
You can kind of look them up. I
No, you
think.
can see how many games you've won, but they don't tell you how many total games you've played, and they don't tell you how many games you've lost. You can't even find out what your win loss is by calculating it yourself. I have tried, which is insane. Think about that. But my win loss is probably terrible.
I remember
My
in
win loss is
the
horrible.
list of like your stats, it's randomized for some reason per game mode what is calculated and what isn't. But I could have sworn when I still had the game that I looked once and it showed win loss, but I could be wrong. But even then, it's
I
really
just checked.
stupid.
Yeah.
The fact that the coalition compares your revives with your friend and says this guy is the golden standard of revives because he has 9,000 fucking revives. I just think to myself,
It's pointless. Dude, in Gears 3, the stats were insane. You could see how many kills you had total with just the Nasher, what your accuracy was from weapon to weapon, I believe. You could,
and all
you could
in
see
game,
like
right?
so many stats.
No website, no signing in.
Yeah, no
Just
website.
in-game done.
Yeah. Like, I think it was like actually 98% of all my kills in Gal 3 were with the Nasher.
Yeah.
I was just that kid that ran around like an
But
idiot. I never
people
crossed.
did. Most people did. Had to.
I never crossed. I just only used a shoddy. But I want to know what my win loss is. But I know that the way the matchmaking is set up, I'm always put on a team with complete morons, and I lose almost every ranked game I play. Almost every ranked game I play, I lose. And if the games that I do win, it's only when I carry, and I have to try so damn hard
People
that
don't
when
understand,
I win,
man. People don't understand
I'm
just
like,
to be like, according to the game, right? Not even in the eyes of people. According to the game, to be the best, you have to beat everyone at everything. You need to outperform everyone all the time. You need to score
Every game I
a
play.
certain amount of points per minute, which means you cannot sit still for a fucking second. You have to move to make up for these lost points. Because if the game takes too long, then your score per minute goes down, right? And you perform as bad as everybody else. But if you go out there by yourself and you get fucking killed, then you won't score anything either. Dude. I've told people that before during Gears 4. You want to be Diamond Master? Beat everyone to a fucking pulp and never stop. Never stop. Even if you lose, it doesn't matter as long as you beat the shit out of them, essentially.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna go to the toilet real quick, dude. So think of something.
No, honestly, I need. Yeah, no. I have to go too.
Oh.
I have to pee so bad.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. Do you want to just? How about we? I'm gonna. No, honestly, we'll do a. I've never even done this before. Run a 60-second ad break. People do that shit. I have to pee.
This guy ad break in the Gears
Yeah,
channel.
I'm like
Lol.
the coalition.
I'm gonna go do the.
No, I'm honestly just gonna.
Guys, I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. Yep. Oh, what's up, guys? How's everybody doing? I can actually. Sorry, I haven't been able to talk to you guys. Any of my viewers in here. I've been focused on this conversation. How's the stream doing? How's everybody doing? Wait, I can actually talk to Dutchy's crowd, right? Can you guys hear me even though it says be right back? I think so, right? Oh, here he is. Yo.
What I miss?
What's up? What's up? Oh, no, I just got back.
That's good.
Yep.
Let's see what else did I miss here?
I'm trying to think. We've talked about a lot. Do you have hope for the? I mean, you quit playing, so I'm guessing you're willing to come back if they were to actually
No,
make the game fun.
no, no. I'm never
No, you're
reinstalling.
done.
No, I'm never reinstalling.
Really?
But
Damn.
that does not
That
mean that
says
I
something.
won't support the game. If it becomes better, I would definitely talk about it. 'Cause, dude, honestly, I feel personally for myself, I've done it all. I've done everything I wanted to do with Gears. I made my tutorials, did my boot camps. I've taught people the game. I've done everything that I really, 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 really wanted to do with Gears. And I go into this game, and I just know because of where I live, like my region, my time zones, the interest in Gears is just so low.
Yeah.
I'm no good. I just waste my life
Yeah.
sitting here waiting for matches. And when I'm in a match,
Yeah.
I get quitters. I don't think they can
You're on
fix.
PC, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, even then, even when I was on Xbox, I had the same issue because just
Yeah.
my region is so dead.
Yeah.
It's just
I've heard about that from a lot of people dealing with that.
just the way it is, man.
It's actually fun.
So for me,
And then on
talking
top of it,
about
the
it,
company doesn't
I've been sitting
like
here for
you.
7.5 hours, man, nonstop talking about Gears. I enjoy
Yeah.
this a lot more than twiddling my thumbs and pretending that that makes a difference. Because I have a feeling that what we're doing here makes more of a difference to people than us just playing fucking free for all or some dumb shit like that. Honestly, it really does. That to me, that's just my take of it. Because this is something
Yeah.
unique that people don't get to witness a lot. And I hope more people start doing it because I
Yeah.
think it's a good idea.
Oh shit, Shadows. Shadows, thanks for the oh my god, big boy host. 53 viewer host. Shadows, hope you had a good stream, bro. Thank you. Shit. But damn. Yeah, guys, we're talking Gears. The state of Gears. We're actually getting near the end of our conversation, I think.
Oh, not
I might
necessarily, but
not necessarily.
no.
I do need to eat soon. But I can hold out because I actually rarely get to do this. Just talk about Gears with people. I mean, I don't really get to do that much. Growing up, all my friends thought like, damn, that kid is obsessed with that game. I don't get it. And no, I didn't.
Yeah.
I was not a part of a community really. I had some friends on Xbox that I met through the game, but
Mhm.
I didn't have a Twitter until I started pushing out YouTube content because I'm just not a big social media guy. Shadows, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's the
I don't
way
know.
it rolls, man. We all
I'll never play another game like this. I'll never play another. I'll never soak. I'll never put in the amount of time. I'll never become as passionate, I don't believe, for another game the way I did with Gears. And I think that's for a lot of people why they are still trying to stick around and like holding on to that nostalgia and just wishing that it would return to how it was. But like I said, the people over at the coalition, they really don't give a fuck. From what I've heard.
crazy, right?
It's sad, but yeah, it sounds like we're stuck with their vision of the game.
Yeah,
and,
I'd have to. I mean, you could say accept it. You want to continue
Yeah.
playing, you're gonna have to accept it. You're gonna have to accept
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I'm being part of this now. I'm giving them the numbers
Yeah.
that they want so they can continue making what they are making. And hey, if you're the guy that says, look, I just love Gears, I just want to keep playing Gears, and that's it. More power to you. But don't get in people's way of wanting to make the game better. Right? Because
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah,
large
exactly.
divide.
Don't hold contempt for them.
Yeah,
don't insult
there's a
them.
big divide in all the communities, I think, across gaming, where
Yeah.
people always attack the ones or neglect the ones that are trying to, like say we argue, right? We argue for something, but at least we take the time to
Mhm.
argue. And instead of people taking that effort seriously and saying, okay, at least they care enough to argue about it, they look at, no, stop arguing, stop being toxic, but they don't get it. You have to.
Yeah.
If you want to get to a better place, you're going to have to get some answers. And all of us are sick and tired
Yep.
of having no fucking answers. And the answers that we get are like
Yeah.
non-answers because they don't answer questions. Just always stuck in the same rut of what's next. And I saw this coming.
Yeah.
I warned people during Gears 4, more people doing Gears UE. Do something about it now, rage now, and enjoy it later. But went over people's heads, and hey, look at us now.
Yeah.
Now we all fucking hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. I don't know. That's oh dude, it's so hard. It's so hard to keep playing this game. Actually, straight up, like they need to actually get rid of crossplay, being able to turn it off. They should just put the whole player. The community is not big enough to have this many modes and to have crossplay where you can opt out. Like they just need to put the player base together, and they need to have like the modes like really.
And what do you
like,
think is
they
gonna
have to-
happen? Not to shit on your parade, but what do you think is gonna happen?
If they did that, or what I think is actually going to happen.
Yeah, I know what you hope is gonna happen. More players, more people.
Yeah.
What do you think is?
What do I think they're
really
going to do?
happen?
God, man, I don't know.
No, if
I
they
don't
did
know.
that,
I
what do you
think
think
that-
is gonna happen to the game and the players?
Well, at this point, I don't really see a point of separating the player base like that. With the PC community is not that big,
Mhm.
and I don't think it's that big of. It's only a big issue if you make the rifle meta too strong, because that's where like the mouse and keyboard players have the controller players have an inherent advantage with the movement over PC players, over keyboard and mouse players, I should say.
Mm.
And so if you make the meta more balanced, more oriented towards the movement being useful, which I think they've tried to do with this last update, but they made it wacky with it's way too quick. That's coming from me. It's way too fast, I think. I mean, I don't know if you've been playing it, but my God,
No.
the up A speed boosts.
No.
Yeah. Have you seen the gameplay at least?
Of course.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's so fast. But if you make the movement, the skill gap in movement more important than the rifle meta, then I don't see a reason to separate the keyboard and mouse players from the controller players,
Okay.
because the inherent benefits of having good movement on a controller balances things out a little
Do
bit.
you think
Like I'll go put me against anybody on PC,
Do you
and
think
I'll
there are more players on Xbox that turn PC,
oh certainly
Hold on, that turn crossplay off
oh
just because they don't want to play against PC, or do you think there are more people that keep it on?
I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. I know that most people don't even probably pay attention to that, and it's on by default,
Hmm?
right?
But
But I have a hard time playing against good players because the good players turn it off. You know what I mean?
right,
So then again, I'm stuck
So
with
you're-
maybe that even contributes to the reason my
say
teammates are
it's
shit.
50-50, right? So what you're
Yeah.
saying is, let's bring all the player bases together just to have a bigger group of people playing the game. But what if the 50% of the Xbox players that have crossplay off because they do not want to play against PC people just go, I'm out?
Mm.
What happens then?
You think that would happen?
Bro, they did the same shit on Gears 4. They did the
Yeah.
same
Wait,
shit.
they didn't force crossplay on Gears 4, did they?
Huh?
Forcing
No,
crossplay?
not enforcing, but they said, oh, it's crossplay? I ain't playing that shit.
Right. Yeah.
I ain't playing against
But they
no
did
PC.
that because
Done.
it's because it's because the rifle meta is too OP. A mouse player is just too accurate.
Yeah.
But if you make, that's why I say like
No, but even
Like,
before,
it-
dude,
I
even
mean-
when people argued during Gears were free and Ultimate Edition, whatever, when people said, yo, crossplay, should that be a thing? Most people just went, no, I don't want to play against PC. End of.
yeah.
Just flat out, no.
maybe
No.
they should force. What do you think about this? What do you think about them forcing everyone to play with a controller?
Yeah, input.
They would never do
Someone talked about input crossplay or whatever, input based matchmaking. So if you play with controller, you play against controller.
Again, is the player base big enough for that though? That's why I'm like,
Well, that's sort of like that's a compromise for PC and Xbox crossplay.
keyboard and
right?
mouse players will never find games because there's not enough keyboard and mouse players out there, right?
No. That's the
that
thing.
it's-
If you allow it, you could make an option that you allow any controller to be match made,
Mm,
right? If it's just controller versus controller, whether it's Xbox, PC, right? Of course, PC still has that advantage,
Yeah.
but at least the controllers are the same. That's different. That's different,
mm.
right? Because we can also plug in.
can't find-
You can plug in a mouse and keyboard on your Xbox. Play.
Yeah, I know. That's the whole point of it being. That's another reason it's kind of pointless
Fucking
now,
awful
right?
though,
Because
with
you can
all
already
the
do
input
that.
delay. But okay,
Yeah,
each their own, I
yeah,
guess.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with the aim assist, you don't even have to be accurate anymore.
No, you don't.
The aim assist is so ridiculous that it doesn't even matter. The keyboard and mouse benefit is also more negligible because of that.
Yeah.
Just because of the aim assist.
Yeah, no,
And
they
I
added
think
that
the
in,
fact
right?
that people
They
can't find
fixed it.
matches. You can't find games. Oh yeah. Well, did you notice or did you see in the patch notes and they talked about it on stream, but there was some bug with mouse players where
They didn't even have
the
aim assist.
bullet magnetism. Yeah, and they fixed it.
Now they fixed it, so now it's even easier for mouse and
What?
keyboard players.
How is that a priority? How?
No,
what?
I mean it was broken,
It
right? So it
blows
needs to
my
be fixed. You know what I'm saying?
But they already can aim better than a controller
Yeah,
player,
but it
right?
doesn't matter,
Inherently.
Chase. It needs to be fixed, bro. It's broken.
What? There's a lot. Okay, there's a lot of shit that's broken. I don't know why they. I just doesn't make sense to me. That makes no goddamn
It was
sense.
like a piece of gum under the table. They went, oh, nice. Oh, let me fix that. You know, that's how they.
Yeah. Well, Ralph Stock said, he's a master's mouse and keyboard player. Controller players give me a harder time than the other mouse and keyboard players, at least in close range instances. And that is especially true now, I would say,
Yeah, but he's a
because of the fact that
master
movement is
players
so
are the
crazy.
0.001% of the entire player base. You cannot
Masters players?
master players, dude.
You think so?
That is your percentage. You're the 0.00 something percent.
There's no way it's that small.
It's that small,
Really?
dude. I'm
I feel
telling
like
you, Chase.
I got put in masters out of my
brother,
place. Bro, I got
most
put in-
people don't
I got
even
put in
reach level
masters.
50 on Gears, man.
Bro, I got masters out of my placement matches, and I didn't even play well in them.
Yeah, but they
In fact, I
just-
think I lost all 5
Look,
of them.
TC, no, okay. TC, just go, okay, he's got the Virgin card on his side. Give him the Masters. But during Gears
They
of
say,
War
"Yeah, that's
4, I received
He's played
the
enough for it."
Master rank emblem without playing a season. I did not touch the whole game for a season. Came back. They gave it to me. Without playing
Did they?
any rank games. Without ever placing anything. They gave it to me.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm saying the skill gap is too damn low. The player base is too damn small. It's too hard to find matches. They should just
When an
force crossplay.
American says it's too hard to find matches, you know, I just
I'm in Ohio, bro.
I don't even die.
I should be able to.
I don't even die
could connect it
inside.
anywhere.
I just feel so happy. Like, yes,
Yeah.
all you motherfuckers suffer the same as us European plebs. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I miss being able to search 5-man. I feel like they should just go back to Gal 2 system with the ranked. I don't look back at Gears 2 and think, man, that game was great, but goddamn, I wish they had fixed the matchmaking. Like, what? There was no one that had a problem with how it worked on that game. It was fine.
Yeah, just
You've sometimes gotten to
found
games where
player.
you got railroaded.
Stacked.
Found player.
Fuck.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
how it was.
Oh, shit.
Shit. It's 5-man. God damn it. They got host.
But you could find so you could find matches with 5-mans at least. It made you want to play with 5-mans because you're probably going to match against 5-mans. You know what I mean? It actually encouraged people
But
playing with.
Gears 2 also
people.
used true skill matchmaking, which was fucking goofed from the get-go.
Gears 2 did?
Gears 2 did.
Oh no, Gears. Yeah. That really?
Yeah. Even Battlefield
Uh-huh.
Bad Company 2 used that.
Maybe it just worked.
It worked.
Do you remember it working?
It worked. It worked flawlessly. Like true skill matchmaking
Yeah,
in
I don't remember it.
practice
I don't remember it being
was
bad.
so weird that as long as you played at a certain level for a certain amount, you were the highest skill rating. So essentially, it didn't
Hmm.
matter. So as long as you played enough, you were the highest skill rating with those fine games.
Hmm.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's weird. What?
Yeah.
How does that even make sense?
Yeah,
Dude, I don't know.
Hunter.
How do you think they should do the matchmaking? They should just match people up.
Well, like I said,
games.
if they remade Gears 2, I'd go for a ping check, which is simply tell people if they're going to be matchmaking outside 100 ping, that
They should be matched with other 100+ ping
yeah,
players.
not necessarily that. You know, if that's going to be the case, then sure. But you're going to accept the repercussions that the game's not going to be optimal. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Right? They have to draw
Yeah.
the line somewhere. And even in Gears 4, TC drew the line at 1,000 ping. That's when bullets would no longer register. There's not a single game out there that is being taken serious by anybody that
Mhm.
goes up to 1,000 ping. None.
Yeah, that's wild. There's been games that will kick you automatically. I think there was one of the CODs did that at least, right? If your ping was
But
high
their
enough, they would just
argument,
kick you.
Chase, their argument for that was, well, there are people with 350 ping and they need to be able to play the game. Yeah. So what does that have to do with a whole second of delay? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
No one cared because it's not LAN. So who cares about online? That's how it's brought. No one cares about ranked. Well, if you treat it like that, then yeah, I can see why.
Yeah.
And allowing split screeners in ranked is another one of those things.
Oh God. I always get the split screeners on my team, by the way. I always get, and they always quit too.
Yeah. Oh,
My
I
team.
especially laugh when the split screener, the player 2 guy, does better than the first guy.
Yeah.
God
Oh
damn.
God. Yeah.
Crazy.
You know. Yeah. I don't know. I just. Oh, have you heard about the Terminator characters are like the reason that they can't like maybe put lights on them
Yeah.
or make them
They're
a
not
little
allowed
bit
to adjust
bigger?
the.
They're not allowed.
No.
Yeah. They're not allowed to touch it.
Yep. So
Well, that's a bad sponsorship deal.
it is.
But that's a bad deal to go with then.
And
Like
that's
that just
something
shows
you
you
could just assume.
they'll sacrifice game integrity for money essentially, I guess.
Yeah, for
That's
exposure.
what that
Yeah.
purely.
Who the
Yeah.
hell really
Who the-
cares? Fucking. I mean, I
Who
am a
cares? The
big
whole game
Terminator fan. Okay, I think the DBs always should have been something more like a Terminator. The way they look, that would have been just more ominous and dangerous and cool.
Yeah.
But the way they work in the game, you can't tell. You can't tell. You can't see them. You don't know how
Yeah.
much damage
No,
you've
you
really
can't.
done. They just squeak. They don't make no sound whatsoever.
They sound like a pair of scissors that you're opening and closing the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. It's so annoying. I wish there was an option to ban that character from your custom lobbies because I'll host up a free for all, and then there's like a shit ton of people playing as the Terminator, and I'm like, change your fucking character. I'm kicking you.
Yeah.
Like I don't want you quit
But
playing
this is
as the
the
fucking
thing,
Terminator.
man. Back in the day, Savage Cantus and Classic Barrett were the same sort of equivalent. They are broken characters. I have
Yeah,
videos.
the hitboxes were smaller.
Yeah. They're just
The hitboxes
broken
were smaller.
hitbox. I have videos about
Yeah.
that, explaining that.
Yeah.
But people were like, "Nah, who cares, man? Who cares?" Yeah, okay, play it then, but don't get
Yeah.
more and more frustrated at the hitbox problems if you're just gonna keep playing like that.
Yeah.
And
Even if the hitboxes are the same, technically, the character is hard to fucking see.
dude, it's just.
So it's like, yeah,
And then everything is red on your screen because you one shot.
yeah.
But just the
You know,
mechanics.
I miss. Well,
This is the first Gears and Gears 4 as well, where we have to have blog posts explaining how the fucking mechanics work. In every other Gears game, you just got on the game, you got shot, you went red, you recovered. Now it's you have to be in cover for X amount of seconds to start recovering. If you start wall bouncing, you don't recover. It's like, what the fuck? All this, why is so complicated, man? Why so complicated? In the name of what? Skill?
even though the skill gap's the lowest it's been. Yeah. It's so silly. What do you which out of all the games, which game had your favorite gore?
2, 100%.
Dude, go by far, right?
Dude, rib
When you would chunk
cage,
somebody
rib
on Gears,
cage hanging out, fucking guts and laying there and stuff.
the way their body would actually like fly like forward,
Yeah.
like it would actually spread across the ground. Like the gore was insane. I loved it on 2. Just chunking someone was so gratifying.
Yeah, I was saying earlier,
I wish
the new Doom has a system where it gradually tears away. So you shoot somebody in the arm, a boss, the arm will lose, flesh and stuff like that. I think if they built upon that and made some kind of procedural damage model, that would be incredible. Like where you'd shoot someone point blank in the chest, and if it's just right, like the whole rib cage blows open.
How cool would that be?
Yeah,
Dude, I
sounds
said that
like
about
a fucking psychopath, but it is a very visceral thing that's very fun to see. Sorry, it's just the truth. People love the headshot in Gears. Imagine a headshot where if you shoot from a certain angle or something, it like half the goddamn skull rips off and the rest just hangs out or something.
I mean, I said this about like if they're going to do a Terminator partnership, why not have an Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator skin?
Money, man.
Imagine you instant him, and then the
It goes like
the
this.
T800 skeleton comes out. Yeah, or like
no, yeah,
or like
yeah, that'd be cool.
as you shoot them, like the Terminator underbelly or the shell,
Right.
you know, the T800 skeleton or whatever underneath
Mhm.
starts to show. There's so much they could do with like what they already have
Wish.
with that. Like I don't know.
I agree. Yeah,
It,
that's
it
the
would've been
stuff.
sick.
But even like now with the hit markers, people say, "Oh, yeah, it's a great idea," and at first it's it's an okay idea. But the blood is way better. The blood splatter,
Yeah.
seeing blood, you just the
That's why I turned them
contrast.
off.
The contrast is so good, you know, against the background. You can just tell what you're
Yep.
doing. But with the hit markers,
Yep.
it's like, okay, small white circle, big white circle. What the hell is the fucking difference?
Yeah. Did you need, by the way, hit markers in Gears 3 with the shotgun where if you remember, like when you shoot that gun, every bullet left a smoke trail
Yeah.
in the air.
Yeah.
You could actually pretty much see where your shots hit
Yeah.
just from that. And if you turn gore off, the bullets would literally glow on the person.
Yeah.
You could see how much it almost looked like hit markers, but it looked way cooler.
Mhm.
Like I personally, that's why I don't like the hit markers now. I just feel like it's just not as gratifying to kill someone anymore.
No,
And especially when half the players are robots. Like, come on, you know?
I agree.
I wanna it just Gears needs to return to that close quarters, in your face, shotgun, gory, hardcore. Like I want the tone and everything to go back to like the Gears 1 or 2 or a hybrid of those tone, like the style,
Mhm.
the soundtrack, all of that shit. It could return to all of that. And that's all most of that stuff is aesthetic stuff. The gameplay doesn't even have to change much. And I feel like just people's emotional appeal and like tie to the game would be way better. That's why I said like the music is actually pretty important.
A huge,
And the
huge
gore is
portion.
huge. And
Sound,
yeah,
like,
a lot. And the
dude,
way it
audio
looks,
and everything is so. I mean, you notice as a
it's
musician,
huge. Yep.
it makes or
Yep.
breaks so many things,
Yep.
right?
Yep. It's like your presentation is just so huge. I mean, that's kind of like how it is on if you're wanting to build a brand even for yourself, like people that are content creators are.
Yeah,
You have to look at yourself as a personal brand. That's why people go out of their way to really make good Instagrams or like make their graphics really really nice.
Mhm.
It's because of how important presentation is.
yeah. I'm
And
watching
and
back
aesthetic.
Gears 5 and Gears 2 and stuff. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna
look at the
pull up.
difference, man. Look at the blood. It's like it's just weighty. It stays. It bleeds. There's blood splatters everywhere. Look, you can even tell here. There's like bones sticking out of the legs. You know, there
Here,
was
let me.
extreme attention to detail. For
I'm
that,
gonna
for
pull it up on stream.
2008. Oh yeah, sorry, I could just share my
Yeah,
screen.
I'll show them.
Oh yeah,
Yo, MK, thanks for the sub, bruh. I appreciate it, man. How you doing, Marco? Thanks for that Twitch Prime, man. 7 months. Jeez. Whew.
exactly.
And
Like
thanks for the follows, guys.
Sky just said in Gears 2, when you got shot up and took cover, you left a blood trail on the wall. I remember that. It would like
Oh,
drip
yeah, I
down.
remember that.
Those are all like little things
Yeah.
that just are so fucking cool. You know, make such a huge,
Yeah.
huge difference. Compared to like
Yeah,
all the
it's just- it's
weapons
just
and
cool.
just the lighting and everything, it just felt so alive, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
There's also the
Okay.
procedurally destructive environments.
All right, wait, can you pull that up on for my stream to see?
Oh, on your Discord,
by
you mean?
chance?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, on Discord. Cool. Check this out, guys.
Go ahead to the next part.
Yeah, this was the exact video I was pulling up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
You know, like you're bleeding on the floor, and like it's just great. It just felt good.
Yeah.
And then
This one was funny.
Now we have this. Yay!
If you have the sound too, like the scream.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
They just blow up in pieces of like jelly. And there's some bones here,
Didn't
but this just looks wrong.
2008, by the way. Yeah. Gears 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't Rod say something about the wow, look at that. That's so realistic. Didn't Rod say something about the gore? Man, that looks so nice.
All right, look at this.
He said it was too gory or too much gore is bad or
Yeah,
something.
but what is he talking?
But he's like He's in charge of a Gears game.
Oh, man,
What?
what the fuck? Oh, Dark Souls. Oh, Bloodborne. Oh, if it's too creepy, it's bad. What the fuck are you talking about, man? This is what people crave, dude. That's why people played
This is
Gears.
what Gears is. Yeah.
It's literally why
That's
they
what Gears
played
was
the
known
game,
for.
man. It's
Yeah.
that not unapologetic, just in your face.
And I mean, seriously, well, look how vibrant it looks
Yeah,
now.
and the blood,
It
it's
just
like
isn't
it's like
so
jelly. It
Yeah.
just sprays out every shot.
Oh, there's a part where they show the way you would shoot a locust and the way they would react.
Yeah,
And like how like
here's the
what
environment.
part of the video is that? Yeah, look at that.
I mean, that's or back then the
Oh, that's
processing
so
power and everything. It's just so important to get that right. So important. People don't treat it that way though, man. People don't demand that.
The game
anymore.
was semi horror-esque, you know, especially Gears 1.
Oh yeah.
It's not like that at all anymore. Not at all. I just remember how intense it was in execution on like take the map was it Escalation? The map Escalation?
Yeah.
If you were the last one alive and so you couldn't hear any of your teammates because they're all dead and you're
look
hiding
at
and you're
this,
just waiting
man.
for the team to
Procedurally
it was intense.
destroy glass, like
Yeah.
dude. No competition, really. Zero competition.
Are you able to get sound on
Oh
too,
yeah, of course.
by chance?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, cool.
I'll have to
No, you're good.
do it like this.
Sure.
Look at that, even the sandbags, like
Yeah.
the sandbags,
Yep.
the fucking
In Gears 2 and 3, it does that. Yeah.
again small details, but then they can't even get the water to splash. I think that's what he's trying to show here.
Yeah. Oh my god. They want Gears to look good in screenshots. Jeez.
Oh yeah, it causes no ripple. I think that's what they meant. See, like when you look at Dom,
Yeah.
like the water causes ripple everywhere. Doesn't even do that in Gears 5.
Something else to shoot.
But this is so impressive, even today when you play it back on your Xbox. The
Yeah.
upscale and everything, it's just so good.
God, I miss this game so much. I'm actually gonna start playing it on stream.
Good luck.
Yeah. Well, I saw Domes was streaming it and he had mad viewers. But it's one of those things like, could you consistently play that? And you have to have people, you have to actually invite people to play
every
with
time,
you.
Oh god, and Andromeda. Every time they go back to
this time around, which actually affected how we.
a player goes back to an old game, that doesn't.
Oh my
work.
god, that's so pathetic.
It goes against you know, the game's interest and developers and everything. Look at it, man. Like you said, look
Yep,
at it. The
that's what he was
reaction,
talking about. Yep.
And that showed
then
how
it was
much
gonna show
damage
Gears 5,
you did
right?
somebody. You know what I mean? Like it showed.
Oh my god.
Look how dumb the AI is, man. My god.
It's so dumb. Just look how cinematic that looks.
Yeah.
They're all standing behind cover instead of all out in the open. Like, oh my god.
Unreal.
It's actually crazy. That's crazy.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Yeah, he's gonna go back to the gore now.
A little drop of blood here and there.
Yeah, nothing. So then you have this.
Wow.
And it's procedurally as well, right? Like you can see it, like it kind of fades in, and he bleeds. It's just impressive.
Yeah,
Just really impressive.
it really is. Yeah.
I remember using that blood trail actually in multiplayer. Sometimes on security and stuff, people on the inside in the hallway would crawl behind a wall, and if you just followed the blood trail, you'd find them. But you can't do that
Right
in this
to them.
anymore.
Yeah.
No, it's not part of the game. Really, look at this.
Man, they got to bring
Look
back.
how lame this looks.
This is what I meant by if you take the best elements of past Gears games, it'd be like, okay, Gears 2 had the best gore. Maybe the community thinks Gears 3 had the best movement. So bring back the Gears 2 gore, have the Gears 3 movement. Take like the favorite weapons from each game. Like I think personally, like the drop shot, replace that with the digger. The Marksa, replace that with the breach shot, like things like that. I mean, that's just my personal opinion, but
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just if you could have like I don't know. That's I just think they're afraid to take the best parts of past Gears games and bring it back. It's so weird.
think
It's
so.
so weird to me.
I think that,
Eve reflects
like
that
you
stuff out.
said, I think if they do that, they fear that they're not unique enough, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know,
But
man.
now it's so bland and like no passion, and the soundtrack is ass. It's just all terrible. Ugh.
Shame, huh?
Who wants to play as Jack, by the way? Who wants to play as Jack?
Dude, I can't wait to have Jack in this in multiplayer, dude. Like just fly around the map.
just bring in ammo for your teammates.
Yeah, dude. Awesome, man. Yo, Jack,
Shocking
go get the
people
power
and
weapon. Just fly over, pick it up, bring it back. Yeah. You know what
that's
the
like Mario
funniest thing
Galaxy.
is? Even if
With the guy collecting the
something I've
coins.
learned over about of Gears players in general is
Mhm.
that they're the breed of people that if they can learn Gears, they can learn any fucking game. They can jump on any game
Oh
and
yeah,
like pick it up,
it's a different
understand
breed. They
mechanics.
say it's true.
It's probably
It's
because
really true.
we're so fucked in the head because all those like we've been shell shocked by Gears 1, 2, and 3 for so long that
Yep.
we pick up a new gun, right, as in a new game, and we just kind of go, okay, I get it.
It's because Gears is a hard game.
Oh yeah.
And the Coalition was afraid that it would be too hard, and so they've tried to tone it down. But that game had such a skill gap, man, and that's who it appealed to. It was Gears it's more of a fighting game. I always looked at it as more of a fighting game than a shooter, because if you think about it, like in a fighter, like Mortal Kombat, like the button combos have names for like these different moves, just like Gears, where like you have the up A, the back A, a reaction shot.
Mhm.
These are like actual, like
Yeah.
we name the moves. Most games don't have something like that. Like Call of Duty, you have a quick scope, you have a drop shot, things like that. But like with Gears, it's something else. It's like there's just the way the fights play out with the shotgun and the movement is so unique. I think of it more as a fighting game
Yeah, it is.
than just a shooter, and that's what's so cool about it. But you have to. Only the people that really love and play the game can understand it. People that just watch it, they don't get it at first. But once you figure that out, it's really exciting as a player. I remember figuring that out over time. Like, oh, I see how this is now. This is It's really like, that's why people try to compare it to chess or whatever. Like where you have to like try to think a couple moves ahead and react off of, like, you have an idea of like what they might do, and if they don't do it, you have like these alternatives. Well, if they do this instead, this is how you'll react, and like
It's
there's so
like
many layers
counter, your own like
Mhm.
attack.
You have to learn all the counters. Yeah,
And
that's why I like the mid box fight so much.
yeah,
That's why I like that
because it's
fight
just
as a
head to
1v
head.
fight.
You start the same spots and you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I just had to learn all the counters. If you learned all the counters in a mid box 1v, a lot of the fundamental lessons that you learned in the counters and shit worked for other areas on other maps.
Mhm.
So like I would learn how to be good at overcover fights in general just from being good at learning the mid box
Yeah.
fight and trying to like fundamental lessons and shit. So
And
I've always thought about doing a video on
overflow
that, breaking it down.
really from like back in the day. You were forced to learn everything because everybody needed you to know everything. Like you
Mhm.
couldn't do anything alone. You could play alone, but unless you were host, you were gonna have a bad time. So you were very
Yeah.
dependent on sharing your skills with other people, explaining why something's better than this and that and the other. But then during Gears 3 and Judgment and stuff, the whole quick play, quick match, generation was born where people just like I looked at Gears 2 as a game because it only had ranked during its prime. It was really like, okay, we are waiting 15 minutes on a game sometimes, right? To get even a match.
Mm.
After waiting 50 minutes, this is it. Time to put it to the test, right? But with quick match, it's like, whatever, I'll back out, new game. And even in
Yeah.
Gears 2, it was like,
Yeah.
oh, shit map. But fuck it, I'll play. Because, I might have to get good at that map. And eventually, you will get better. That is simply
Yeah.
not the case for most people. I've tried to teach what you say to people is like, I can show you so many things, teach you every skill in the book. But unless you get the mentality of it, unless you truthfully apply yourself, you're not going to get it. You're not going to learn. And when people ask me, yo, Dutch, how do I get the master? Do everything. Do everything that no one else wants to do at the highest level you can, and I promise you, you will get the master. You'll figure it out. There's no
If
way.
you have enough love and passion for it, you will get there because you'll care enough. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you just can't. Like, dude, like I said, I was ass at the game for years, but I still enjoy. I just loved the game so much that eventually I finally started to pick up on things like I really enjoy watching the best players in this game, not because they're good at hitting shots, but because I've got once you get good enough, you pay way more attention to like decision making, and you just see like you try to like people have no idea unless you're really good at the game, you're not really going to be able to watch someone like Summons and really understand just how fucking smart that guy is at the game. For instance, I just use him as an example. But like once I got better at the game, I started to appreciate the skill gap in the game a
Because
lot more.
it's not even just being in a certain position creates and prevents certain plays. And because people think, oh, it's just about spamming A. Yeah, you can play the game like that, but once you're up against a player that knows how to play that way, they can just put you in a spot where you're pressing A is useless. Right? Say like the little host pocket on foundation above the little middle pillar. Once you're up there, yeah, okay, you can spam A all day long, you're fucked. I'll just wait for nades.
Yep.
But to get someone into that
Yeah.
position, sometimes you have to play a certain way to make people move into that way, right? Move into that spot.
Yes.
And once you learn to do that, once you learn to manipulate everyone else's play, it's all a piece of cake. You don't even need to wall bounce
It's a mind game, bro. It's so cool.
like crazy. You just need to know where to go, when to bounce, when not to, and you're done.
Yeah.
Hit your shots.
Yeah.
But to do all of that under pressure, that is really hard, right? When you're going head to head with someone that you know knows this, it's like, who's moving first? Am I going left? Are you going left? What's going to happen? And that's where teamwork comes in, right?
Yeah.
When you can out angle things, but a lot of people they don't understand, man. That's why I picked the Spartans as well. Is that they practiced a lot. And compared to other Greek forces, they weren't even all that great. They lost most of their battles, but individually, tactically, once they had a good leader, unstoppable machines. And I appreciate those lessons that they taught us to this day. So I apply that in everything I do. So yeah, good times, man. Good times. I think whatever Gears is gonna go, I think people like yourself and everybody in our chats and stuff, whatever we're going to be doing, if you apply the same principles you applied to Gears, because it was your passion, simple as that, I think you'll be successful in anything. You'll see real use, I think, in something, right? Where you just think, okay, all of this is really shitty and hard right now, but I know what is beneath all that is something very, very important. And not a lot of things these days allow you to do that. You get what I'm saying? Like you have music. When you make your music, you really vibe with it, right? You don't just think, this sucks. There's certain moments probably where you don't like to do a certain thing, but most of it is that passion of that one little small diamond in the middle that you're trying to get out of it. And once you do, even if no one watches you do it, it's like, yes, I did it. And I think a lot of people felt the same way with Gears. They would play the game, they would feel this diamond in the rough for themselves, and
there was something there. They knew. You just had this like intuition. There was I don't know. You couldn't even articulate it really.
That's why I'm struggling to explain.
No other game captivated me. No other game captiitated me. There was like they say like the X factor. Like Gears had some X factor.
And people say the same thing about Halo, Call of Duty. And the thing is, even if you didn't play those games and you only play Gears or vice versa, once you talk to one another about that feeling, it would click. Because people get it. You just get it. Same with sports or anything. Something you're so passionate about that you've done for so long at such a high like intensity, not just how good you are or something, but just your focus, man. You're so interested. And it's hard. It's hard to be interested in something because
Mhm.
dude, you can tell me about fucking cooking potatoes all types of ways, but if I just don't care, it's not gonna retain.
Yeah.
But you talk to me about active reloads on Gears, I'm like, yeah, that's my shit. Like
Active reloads?
something, yeah, just something dumb like that.
Oh,
if someone
yeah.
asks me, yo, Dutch,
Yeah.
can you explain to me about active reloads? I could talk about that all day if I want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I hate actives.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, take actives out of the game, please. They should they shouldn't be in the game. I hate actives so much. A lot of people didn't know in Gears 4, if someone was shooting you with an active, the hit marker on your screen glowed like bright yellow. And so you could tell, that was the only way you could tell if somebody was shooting you with a weapon that was active.
Yeah, and then
That was the number one way.
went
And a lot of people
fucking
didn't know that,
full
even
red
pros.
instantly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's another way you could know.
Yeah.
Go down instantly. The
That-
stopping power.
God damn.
Yeah.
Joke.
But yeah, T1 Sandman, he says, I personally feel like there's no intelligence involved in Gears anymore. It's
There
if
is.
you play the current update, bro.
There is,
If
but
you
it's-
play the
it's-
current update,
It's a level
it's-
of where it's like, yeah, hard to explain. It's
Intelligence
like,
is still
instead
involved,
of
but it's
normal
gone
boxing
back.
is like bare knuckle boxing, but everyone's got
Mm.
these giant calluses on their knuckles. They just they bash, and whoever drops first, I win. It's
Yep.
back in the day, it was more deliberate. I agree, but it was also more deliberate because of the game limitations, right? Hardware,
Yeah.
30 FPS was fucking sluggish compared to today. No one would
Can you
go
believe we
back.
played on that shit?
Yeah, no, that's what we did. That's what we did. And it was no
Dude,
surprise
Gears
that
3
people,
feels so nice.
the kids that played on like those old TVs, those 480p TVs, right? That didn't even have HD. They were fucking lords because that shit has almost
They
no
were.
input lag compared to
No input lag.
an
Yep.
LED screen or
Yep.
something like that. But that's just the
Yep.
way that it was, that's what you would accept that. You would accept that. But nowadays it's a lot more about all your equipment. What do you use? What sensitivities? Like it's all these little fine tunes that really
Yeah.
make a difference when you all add it up.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, definitely. Dude, paddles changed everything for me.
yeah.
Big time. Dude, oh my god. I didn't know what a reaction shot was until the end of Gal 3.
But that's now the different. That's
I
a
played
different meta, right?
2006.
The different intelligence is what, except just your in-game skill, are you gonna do about everything else? Someone asked me what was Chase
Yeah.
going to say about no intelligence in the game. Sorry, I cut you off.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, pretty much I was just saying, like, if you play the current update, everything is so fast. Like the speed boost and everything, it's just so ridiculous that the skill gap is just lowered like even more. Like dude, it's actually so insane. Like I was just playing Gears 4 even. The movement is so stupid easy right now in Gears 5 to wall bounce like a crackhead so easily with just the left stick that dude, it doesn't matter if you're the smart guy that holds your shot. If you can outsmart somebody, counter them, and they'll just chunk it because the game is moving so fast that the game cannot be this fast. Only on land can it be that fast. But like before, the game was kind of slow. If somebody lagged a little bit, it wasn't that big of a deal because the game was slow enough that like
It will catch up.
But yeah, if somebody lags like even a little bit now, off of an up A speed boost, it looks like it just looks like they turn into the Flash for just a second, and then it's so frustrating to play. Like I'm trying to play free for all, and like I don't know, it's just, dude, the game is so ridiculously fast. I want you to try it, just install it and try free for all, and then uninstall it again, just so you can understand of like the current state of the way the game plays out right now is absolutely ridiculous, dude. It's just insane. Or just watch me play next time I
Okay,
play,
I see.
and I'll show you.
Okay.
I'll show you.
You couldn't
Yeah,
even.
it's so dumb.
Someone paid me $1 million,
It's so-
I'd fucking install that game. So
It's
let's
so
go,
dumb.
chat.
Yeah. It's so ridiculous.
No, I've seen it. I've seen it, but-
Fights only last a few seconds. Yeah. Fights are very quick now. Dude,
you know
it's
what's
just not-
weird?
it's
I'm
just
sure you
ridiculous,
do
man. It's
this.
so
I'm
ridiculous.
sure people in the chat do this. At a certain point, when you've seen enough of every Gears game and you've done enough of everything, you see the play before it happens. So before you even
Oh,
move
yeah.
towards one another, you like, I know what you're gonna do. I know what you're
Yeah.
gonna do. And if the guy wall bounces like a crackhead every single time, you're like, I'm not even gonna try to take this fight. I'll just go over there or something and make them chase me or whatever. But it doesn't work, right? Gears is a game where you need to punch through stuff. Sometimes
Yeah.
you can't avoid the fight, but because
Yep.
the game starts and ends every single time with gunfights up close. Someone needs to
Yeah.
push. Someone needs
Yeah.
to. But now if you push, unless you do the crackhead shit, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're just fucked.
That's how I felt on Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite very much, but whenever I do, I get on there, and people are so fucking ridiculously good at building, in the same way that people are
Yeah.
really good at moving. Dude, so I'll shoot one bullet at somebody,
yeah.
and then they start building the Sistine Chapel right away,
Yeah.
and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go.
They got the
I'm not fighting
fucking the
you.
Big Ben from the UK with like 8 fucking angles on you and just
Yeah.
it's
ridiculous.
crazy.
It's so ridiculous. And I'm a movement player. Like, I'm known for my movement, but I will be the first one to tell you that Gears 5 right now is so ridiculous right now. It's just it's too fast. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. I remember when we were at LAN, it's crazy. Everyone at LAN was told, not even on Friday, most people found out by Saturday that they were playing on a different version of the game. Like, everyone's like, why does it feel so fast? Why does it so much faster? And we were told, oh yeah, they increased the speed that you walk backwards a little bit. That was what we were told. Like, your backpedaling speed is quicker. And everyone's like, oh, I guess I wouldn't have even really. Some people said I wouldn't have even noticed unless you told me. And so people had no idea really. That's all we knew. Is that was like that was the what we were told the differences were. And pretty much that was like the main one. We get home, and then they released the list of changes, what they really did, and like it was like plus 50% this, plus 50%. Like, they increased the speeds of roadie strafing, of wall bouncing.
Yeah, like the transition things and
everything. Yeah, dude. And I'm like, holy shit! Like, these are big changes too. These are like drastic changes, like plus 50% acceleration on this, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this
they're
is
treating it like
that's
they
ridiculous.
treated Gears of War 4, which is it's a process. This is phase 2. Same with the matchmaking. We have all these phases lined up. Phase 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I get it, man, but
Yeah,
man, the fact that the
Gears 4 had it
majority
right,
of people
man.
that praise that stuff, they simply just say, well, if you don't like it, just don't play it. Okay.
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 I guess that's what a lot of people they say that, and it's like, it's just, but that's such a selfish way of looking at it. That's them saying, hey, I don't have a problem with it, so if you have a problem with it, go play something else. And it's like, well, actually, even if I didn't have a problem with something, like, for example, like I used the store, it's such a selfish point of view to take, where it's like, just because you don't care doesn't mean that it doesn't matter, because I care about the whole success of the game. And if I know the entire community is pissed off about something, then I'm going to be like, hey, this is important. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's such a selfish stance to take. Like, I don't care about the store. I don't like, I don't care really. I don't buy skins regardless, no matter how cheap or expensive or what the skins are. I just don't buy skins on games.
It's kind of like a common
but I
thing,
still
though,
care.
right? Even in our day-to-day lives these days, there's a lot of people, they're like afraid to risk success. They're afraid to take that step towards being the best at something, just anything, even if it's your own personal thing, because they're afraid that they might lose. But hey, man, one day we're all gonna fucking die. My neighbor died yesterday, or 2 days ago now.
Damn, really?
Yeah. She was sick, but at the end of the day, she was a bitch in terms of like a person, but it's mostly probably no, I'm serious. Like, she was always really, really angry, but because you didn't talk to her, you didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And then it turns out she was really ill, but then she also held her husband back, right? Because her husband was somebody that took care of her, but at any point that he was trying to succeed, he told us this yesterday, it would just drag him back because he's trying to take care of her. And at the end of the day, now that she's gone, it's very strange how he explained this, but he felt like this load was lifted off of him. You know, it's like, this is someone you really love and you care for, but yet when they're gone, you suddenly feel liberated.
That's actually weird.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Well, as you were saying, it reminds me of the quote that's like, you miss all the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like people are afraid to pursue a goal, even if it's a really one that they value, or they set some sort of goal for themselves. People are afraid to even set real goals for themselves, because once you outline your conditions for success, you've also at the same time outlined your conditions for failure. And so people just won't set goals. They won't push themselves to do something because now they know what the conditions for failure are. But if you don't set goals at all, then you're just
You're
losing all the
worse.
time. You just don't know where you're
It's even
failing
worse.
because you didn't out. Yeah, you're just. It's like fine, okay, you do that, but you're gonna fail all the time then, and you're just not gonna know where and when until it's too
And
damn until you're like
you need
50 years old and you
something,
look
man.
back
You
and
need
it's too late.
something to be responsible for. I really
Yeah,
believe that because you don't have anything that you're responsible for, man. Life fucking
that's where you get your
sucks.
meaning in life, man.
It's so
That's where you get your meaning in life.
garbage.
It's from your it's the things you're responsible for.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
at least
You have
that's
to.
how
If you don't have
I
any
look at it anyway.
responsibility, yeah. If you don't have any responsibility, then life it becomes pretty
And
meaningless.
sometimes it's good to take responsibility. So even if it's not really your responsibility, just
Yeah,
take something, man. Do something with
yeah,
it, right? Like Gears,
yeah,
if Gears is our game, it's our responsibility to do our part. But too many people just say, "Oh no, 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 no!
yeah.
They need to do this. They need to do that." And when people point back, they go, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! I told you, it's not my responsibility."
It's like okay, but like we're all in this together, man.
You're telling other people what to do, but
Right?
when other people tell you what to do, you go, "No, no, no, not me.
Uh, uh,
I know better."
yeah, yeah. Isn't it? It's like an evolutionary trait where the people you never wanted to stand out from the herd because if you did, then you got killed. And
Yeah,
that's actually a trait that people still have, and that's why people are afraid to stick their necks out um
yeah, and
and yeah and take
everybody,
risks.
everybody
People
can,
are afraid to take risks.
everybody goes through that. I think everybody's capable of saying no. Like just because you say no doesn't mean um someone else can't say yes. You know,
Yeah,
if 900,000 people, just saying the number here, tell me, Kevin, you're wrong, but I still feel in my heart and in my gut that no, this gotta be right. Right? There's no way that I feel this way and that I think this way and that I see it this way without anyone else telling me or showing me really why. And they just tell me, no, you're wrong. You're just wrong.
yeah,
And then it turns out that all those
yeah.
thousands of people are wrong and I was right. Those people won't turn
People are
around.
so influenced by the people will second guess themselves because of a majority, but like I feel like most people stay silent, so you just never. I mean, you just never know really what.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier, right? How I got a message from a developer of other games and then emails from other developers where I just think like, what the fuck? I wasn't even talking to these people.
Yeah,
I had no idea these people watch my videos. And then they did come to me and send me something. And that you just have no idea. You really have no idea unless you put that energy and time into it. Seriously.
hmm
It's it's just crazy. It's crazy. And I'm like, I'm
yeah, it is.
grateful that you're here. I'm grateful that everybody in the chat's still here. You know, I've been doing this for like 7 years now. And
What's up, Jen?
I am nowhere where I want to be. But at the same time, I accept where I am. I accept that if this is the way it's going to be and this is where my journey ends on Gears, I have succeeded in most of the things that I wanted to do, man. Got crazy
Yeah,
gear, got hella people in the community that like aren't pussyfooting around anything, you know, are actually truthful about things. That's way more important to me than some check mark on Twitch or Twitter or something like that. Just that I know like
hmm
I've done it the right way and I got this far and so be it. So be it.
yeah, yeah.
That's it,
I mean,
man.
you're a realist. You're a realist. Not even saying that you're a pessimistic. That's people like to conflate those, but like you're just dude, there's certain things that are out of your control and like the state of Gears is one of those things. And what more can be asked from you? You're trying to have real conversations. Most people in the community don't do that. You know what I mean? Most people don't try to have real conversations. I'm one of those people. Dude, I see like the hate you get on Twitter and I just know, I
I
guarantee
laugh at
you
most of it,
people
dude.
read that. Yeah. I guarantee you people see that a lot of it and are like, "Hey man, like a lot of people that will agree with you, they're not going to say anything, and they're not. But even if I disagree with something you say, um, at least you're trying to have conversations,
I
and
mean,
it's
the
like
very
people will
last
be.
thing that I responded to was Nunez saying, everyone laughing at how stupid you are, to be honest. No one takes you somewhat serious. Your arguments and points aren't valid whatsoever, and I'm stating facts. I said, I guess,
Wait, Nunez said that?
yeah, I said, I guess I ain't worried about 10 people on Twitter that are laughing at me when the entire Gears community laughs at the entire comp scene, crying on Twitter and Twitch over being timed or losing their scene, right? This is a guy, like this is a guy telling me that everyone is laughing at me, yet he's making videos about Pokemon with 40 views. You know what I'm saying?
Um, uh, yeah, I don't know the beef with you and
No,
Nunez.
there's no beef. This is someone that
Oh, this is him talking about
I've
the
tried to talk to him multiple times. Have
Oh.
invited him multiple times. Has said yes multiple times. It never comes to it. Yet when I call these people out on things and they say no one takes you serious, like my guy, you took me serious. Now you don't take me serious. Make up your fucking mind. Come and talk.
You know what I think it is? This was something. So one thing I've noticed is that, and this is not me casting any aspersions onto you at all. Obviously, I have a lot of respect for you, and I love the fact that you do this and try to have conversations. But I know that from an outside view, this is what I've noticed. When two people fight on Twitter, or if people argue, if you beef with anyone on Twitter, most people don't give a shit about
Zero.
who's in the right, what the
No.
context is.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll compare it to if you see two people fighting on the street, one person is totally in the right and justified, but it doesn't matter because you're just looking out your window and you see two people fighting, and to everyone else that sees that, you both look stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so what happens is it's frustrating because I've been there. But when you argue with people, it just doesn't matter how right you are. It doesn't matter if you win, if you have a good point. To everyone else, all they see is, wow, those two people are fighting.
Right.
And just like when you see two people fighting in the street, context doesn't matter. And so that's why I say, like, when it seems like everyone's against you, it's because people aren't even actually listening to you. And that's why you try to get. I know that's why you try to get people on to your streams to talk to them, because that's the only way that's why you said people will be like, wow, like I actually didn't think it would go this well.
I mean,
when they actually
I've
talk
tried
to
to
you.
be nice so
Because
many
Twitter
times.
just sucks,
right?
man.
When I say nice, I mean like I'm just like going along with what you're saying. Like the fact I'm giving you fucking attention on your goddamn Twitter page. That's what's so dumb, right? None of these people that argue for anything go out of their own way to talk to people that they're arguing about. It's always subtweeting.
Mhm.
It's always this bullshit ass, or us with our little group, or whatever group you're in, against whoever is saying something. But no one goes and says, let's put it to the test. Like in Gears, yeah, let's do a 1v, right? But on the community, it's like, no, I'm not going to talk to you. You're a waste of my time. Then shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
And again, when I've invited people to come talk, first they go, no. Then they go, yes. Then they realize it ain't too bad. I do what I do on Twitter for a fucking reason. It fucking works. It gets your goddamn attention. It gets you under your goddamn skin. That's what it's for.
Mhm.
That's what it's for. And instead of you realizing, oh, he's doing this on purpose, I shouldn't take it that serious. They just go on and on and on, and then they start insulting. But then when I fire back, in context, metaphorically speaking, when I fire back, everyone's like, oh, see? He's so toxic. He's so negative. Like, no, I'm not, bitch. But if you want to fight me on the street, like you explained, I am going to fight back. Yes. And if someone asks me,
for sure.
why'd you fight him back? Because he's trying to fight me, bitch.
That's what sucks about Twitter. And
100%.
because I know that if you and Nunez actually sat and had a talk, for instance, since we brought him up, you guys would actually probably have a great conversation, because he's actually like an OG Gears. He's been around since forever.
I told you.
And
he said yes.
He's been to every event. I'll talk to him, bro. I'll get him to speak to you.
You get what I'm saying? Like someone now says, everyone's laughing at me. Everyone's this, everyone's that. I just think like, whatever, man. You can laugh at me all you want. I know everyone else is laughing at you. So what the fuck, dude?
I mean, it's dude. Yeah, Twitter is just a horrible.
I'm trying to protect people's fucking interests here that I don't even care
Yes.
about. Yet people sit there and point at me and laugh at me. Like, my guy, you understand there's only a handful of people that give a fuck about your goddamn scene, right? Just like there's only a handful of people that give a fuck about Twitch scene and YouTube scene and whatever. If you're not willing to make amends with those people, all you're going to do is make more enemies. And you do not want enemies. Right? Who wants enemies?
Well, that's why people are afraid to make waves in general. That's why people won't speak their mind about things. And like I mean, it's just a sad fact of human nature. I mean, that's how we had the. I know this is such a dramatic example, but that's how we got World War II. It's like it would be like, how did this? People in Germany at the time were like, how did we get here? Like, how did we get to hell? How did hell happen? When did this happen? And the answer is, it happens one step at a time, and it happens from people not
Real
speaking
deep.
up when they know
It's
something's wrong.
4:20 in the morning here, man. You're going World
Oh,
War.
damn.
You're going talking about World War II and shit. Like, there's a whole lot
But
of
you know what I
stories
mean.
of World War II.
Anyone who knows history,
It's
it's when people don't speak up that over time it's like, how the hell did we get here? And it's because people didn't speak up when they knew something was the problem. Most people don't speak up. Yeah, someone's like, I thought that Chi-Town said, I thought this was a convo about gears.
Dude.
But yeah, but you know what I
World
mean,
War
right?
II,
Because it's
same trench.
yeah, World War II, Nazi Germany, the coalition, you know.
Yo, don't take that out of context. Anyone watching, please don't get us banned over some dumb shit. You're gonna regret it.
Yeah, but people know what I'm saying. People know what I mean. The World War III memes are funny till your house gets leveled.
It's just
Yeah, no, it's what I mean is people. I wish people would speak up and not be afraid of being a dissenting opinion or going against the grain, or people just want to hide and then it's like
the fact that
no
no one
wonder
is
coalition didn't make the
understanding.
game
Like
the way we
I'm
did
looking
it.
at you and I see you as a valuable asset to the community. Just as a whole, right? You're smart. You got a nice voice. Oh shit! I just fucked up my OBS. 1 second.
Did you?
Okay, it's good. No, but seriously, like your knowledge on the game, right? It's all important thing. You could be important to other people, so I'm willing to listen to what you have to say because you obviously you stream, you want to make videos, you want to make something out of that. I get that, right? And it's important that if the community as a whole wants to have real leadership, you're gonna have to have real followers, as in real people who understand. Okay, I might not be able to do all this time, effort, money, etc., but I can support this person that wants to do that. But to put yourself out there, and like Admiral just said, even if I disagree with his methods sometimes, he has respect, I guess, for me or for someone. Point is, you have to look at what someone's useful for in a community, right? Okay, some people might be absolutely horrible at all the technical aspects. Then don't talk to them about the technical aspects. Talk to them about other things. But when they are frustrated with something technical, explain it to them in a way that they can understand it. Instead, everyone's always looking at our differences. Yeah, but you don't play comp, so what the fuck do you know? Oh, you don't play execution. Yeah. What the fuck do you know?
It's literally it's like identity politics, but it's a character argument. It's not a actual. It's literally a logical fallacy. I've noticed that when I would speak out about certain things, and I would have people be like, "Oh, so what you're saying is that," and then insert like a straw man argument. I'm like, I actually didn't say that. I don't even know why. It's just people.
Yeah, they
like,
just make something up. You didn't say that,
dude.
But they said
it's
they just
insane.
Said that,
I'm like,
so they'll go in with it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so annoying because I'm like, dude, first of all, I've been playing this game fucking forever, dude. I love this game, guys. Like, I've been playing this game forever. I spent so much time playing this game my whole life.
Well,
so
let's put it
10.
this way, right? You look at if you go back in time, Gears of War 3, the competitive crew played Execution King of the Hill. That was considered competitive game modes. There was no talk of escalation or anything. That was it. So then Gears 4 is released, and they introduce escalation. Now, all of a sudden, people who don't play escalation are no longer considered competitive players. Even though literally a month ago or a year ago, King of the Hill was the competitive mode, right?
Yeah.
So what happens when people of the competitive side start arguing with ex-professional King of the Hill players and say, you don't know what you're talking about because you don't play escalation. Where is this line that we draw when someone knows what they're talking about when they're not? I can say I've played every Gears the highest level I can. When someone hears that, they go, "Yeah, but you didn't compete." Yes, I did in my country, but it was nothing compared to what is out there. But it's the best that I could have done at the time. That was nothing else. I wasn't gonna spend $4 or $5 grand just to go to the States to lose. What? You stupid,
Yeah.
right? That's what people expect you to do that just to prove that you know something about something. Like, come on, man. I compare this type of stuff to like weightlifting. That in terms of competition, when you look at powerlifters and strongmen and stuff, in order for the best to compare themselves with each other, they compete on a single day, and whoever's the best that day is the best on that day, right? They prove that, right? But in training, there are people that are just as strong as those people, except they don't compete on that day. Does that mean those people that train the same way and are the same strength and the same athletes as them, but just because they don't compete, they don't know anything? Like, no, that does not work that way.
Right.
And in Gears,
Right.
I think
No, I know what
it's
you're
the
saying.
same thing. It's
Yeah.
like your level of
That's
understanding is based on how much work you've put in there and not what have you really
right.
proven.
Yeah, no, it reminds me of and I brought this up to you in a DM one time recently. People will assume um they won't put you in a category with people that are accomplished until you've actually done something, even if you might be as good or better than that person. For instance, my best friend is incredibly gifted in math. In fact, he's working on this problem called, you guys could Google it. It's called Collat's conjecture. It's like a famous math problem that's never been solved. He's making real progress in it, and he's going to publish a paper, and then he's going to become pretty big in the math community. I'm not in the math community. Fuck, I didn't like math.
2 + 2 is 4.
But you know, mathematicians are about to know him once he publishes this paper. But back in college, when he was like even with really close friends, they knew, like, even though he would show how smart he was in math, they would think, oh, he's smart, but he's no insert famous mathematician. Or as a singer, they'd be like, oh yeah, that guy's a good singer, but he's no Ed Sheeran, until he becomes famous, and then all of a sudden, yeah, he is now.
That people think
But
it's
he
overnight
even
success.
didn't get any better.
It's not.
Right. That's just a fact about people that are like, until you've accomplished something, for Gears, until you're a pro player, they'll think that your opinion is invalid, even if
But
you've been playing
look at
Gears.
like professional athletes,
2006.
right? Professional athletes. People think that they just somehow, from the age that they're 16 or 18, they just professional athlete. These people are scouted from a young age and molded to potentially become one of those people. And then they earn a whole bunch of money, right? But until that point happens, you take so much risk and so much effort that you put in. Your parents and your family probably sacrifice hella money, time, and energy pushing you into that direction. They expect you to perform. It's the same everywhere else. Anything you do, any job you get into, any, like you just explained with math, even if it's something you're so interested in, you pick up and you go, what can I do with this? Then you're gonna make something out of it. And if you have an environment around you that challenges you on everything, and I guess in math, or really want to fucking know, because math is super important, right? It's super important.
If you want to become a math teacher.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the level people are willing to go to at any rate, whether it's a game or sports or dance or music or whatever. It's like how much time you put into, you learn to recognize real passion and commitment. And you also recognize fake when someone kind of has bought their way into something, or has only pulled strings to get somewhere.
Someone came to mind.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that
someone hacked the system.
Yeah, and that's always going to be there, and you don't necessarily have to out those people or shun those people because that's their talent. Sometimes pulling strings on people is a talent, right? It can be super.
I'll admit it.
Yeah, that's true. It's just a thing. But hey, that's okay. That's okay. That makes you useful for that sort of thing. But people don't look at it like that, man. They just want to see differences, and they want to out those differences and never prove anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what should happen with Gears. I don't like the direction they're going in. I get to speak to some of the people that are involved in this Gears 3 PC thing, and like one of the guys who's working on like the tunings and shit. he's told me, he's like, and a lot of people, there's a group of people that just want the vanilla Gears. He's like, I kind of know what it might feel like to be Node now. I got the people like they want to implement full keyboard mouse support, so it's like we have those players, but if they have to, can you keep the weapon balancing the same? Like, can you keep vanilla Gal 3 and have keyboard and mouse players playing together? Because honestly, you probably can't, because keyboard and mouse would be overpowered on that game. So like, it's like, wait, we're actually have to change the tunings if we want that. And he's like, dude, it's actually hard, like, to try to cater to all these people. And then you have the people that aren't the you don't want to just cater to pros. You want to cater to just the casuals too, that would want to play it. And it's like that, like, it would be tough to be in that position.
Yep.
And I wouldn't wish that on. I don't want to.
You cannot satisfy everyone. You're
Yeah,
gonna
you can't.
have to
You can't.
compromise, or you're gonna have to force people to compromise certain, to a certain degree.
You have to. Yeah. Yeah.
But people also act
And hey,
hella entitled these days. Holy shit. Holy shit, the entitlement some people have. Looking at you, comp scene. No, I'm kidding. No, it's the attitude.
I'm in a unique spot. I'm friends with a lot of the comp players, and I'm friends with a lot of the montagers, and I'm someone who's kind of like, I don't know, I talk to everybody. And you definitely can't please everybody. And if you try to please everybody, what happens is it's kind of like, reminds me of like what they just did with this last Star Wars film. They tried to please everybody, and by trying to please everybody, they made a film that nobody would love. Make maybe everyone would be about it. But if you know what I mean, if you try to please everybody, then nobody.
They didn't care.
Yeah, they don't. Well,
same with Terminator.
I wonder if how much the Game Pass affected that. They knew that there was going to be. They weren't really fighting for game sales with Gears 5.
They knew. There's no competition, bro.
The Game Pass.
There's no competition.
Yeah, it's fucked.
People that want to play Gears, though, this is what the Gears you're gonna get. Even if it's a pile of dog shit, hey, it's gonna get.
Yeah. Damn.
It blows.
Fucking Game Pass. By the way, chat, I will get caught up here soon. I'm just focused on our conversation here. I know that my chat's going off, but I will get caught up on that. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I want them to remaster Gears too.
Yeah. Just don't make it like
I really want that so bad.
Make it better.
Oh no. Oh god. That was such a horrible remaster. And it was still better than Gears 5, just because the game itself was already better. Gears 1 is such a, it was just a good game. It was I wish that game
super bare bones though, man.
It was so bare bones, yeah. Well, it was simple. It's less chance of fucking it up if it's simple. Right? They're making like they're like with Coalition, they'll implement something completely unnecessary, and then they'll also implement something else to try to balance that unnecessary thing when you could just get rid of both. An example is, think about you make the movement really fast, so they're like, well, we have to put stopping power in. It's like, or how about you remove stopping power, but whoa, the movement's too fast now. Well, then how about just also slow down the movement just a little bit?
Yeah.
Instead of increasing the movement and then also putting stopping power to try to counter it at this. Get rid of both of those things, and now it's no longer an issue.
Some of the arguments.
That's one example.
Like you just mentioned, right? The majority of people, they don't really speak out about that stuff. And I think you and me and a lot of people in our chats don't realize that we are a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of the community. So of all the versus players, not only are we the ones that understand the game, but even if the movement, like you say, okay, make the movement this, that, the other way, we might only be like 3% of the 100% of people that play versus. That say that.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone else says, no, we need stopping power. We need faster movement. You might not see it. I might not see it, but it has to be there. There's no way we are the majority of the of what's being said. There's no fucking way.
But what about this? I hear about, well, those players that don't really, the casuals, we'll call them, whatever.
They don't care. Right? They don't play anything.
They don't care either way. Yeah. Right? But if they don't care either way.
Where can you see that though? Right? Where do you
how do you know?
Exactly. We never see any real numbers from TC. We just see.
Why do they hide the fucking numbers? Gears 3, the reason I felt like Epic, you can sense when a company believes in their product, and that is the most important thing. There's what is this? Who told this story? Whatever. I got it from some guy on YouTube that I used to watch, but he would talk about how he used to be in sales, and when he called this guy and he was trying to sell like kitchenware to this dude, the guy didn't believe. You could tell on the phone that the guy didn't believe in his own product. And so what happened was the guy kind of like pushed back a little bit. He's like, I don't know, like, why do I really need to buy this kitchenware?
Yeah,
Like, I feel like the kitchenware I have right now is fine. And the guy's like, you know,
you're right.
yeah, you know, I guess maybe you are. And he let the sale go.
Yeah.
And then later, like, the guy got pissed at him because he's like, dude, sell me your fucking product. Like, he's like, I was trying to get you, like, I was trying to see if you really believed in your product, and you just told me you don't really.
No.
So I'm not going to buy it. And the sense that I get from the coalition is like, they hide the stats. They don't want to tell you what your win-loss is. They don't want to tell you how many people are playing TDM, King of the Hill. Because all it says to me is they don't believe in their own product. Gears 3 was like proud
But
of
it's
it. They were
everything,
like,
right?
here's the numbers.
Hiding ranks at the start of matchmaking, hiding which players you're playing against, right? Their names, hiding all this stuff all the time. What for, dude? What are you fucking hiding? You're delaying the inevitable. You're delaying that
Believe in your own game.
Yeah.
If you show us that you believe in your game, that you are like, this is our fucking game. We're proud of it. This is it. These are the numbers. This is like, there's nothing to hide. We're totally transparent. Then it signals to your whole community, like,
Deal with it.
Like, at least this guy believes in this
Pretty
company.
much.
At least
Just
they believe
deal
in
with
what
it.
their product is.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
This is what it is. If you want change,
Yeah.
then look at it this way.
Have a single tuning because you fucking believe in it. It's like, we don't know.
Yeah,
Like, we
yeah.
have maybe this tuning. What about this tuning? No, give us
The
a fucking
worst
tuning, even if
fucking
some people don't
salesman
like it.
ever coming from a salesman.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
crazy. That's like, in essence, that's like the most
And
important
you know
thing
what's
I think
funny?
we've
You
talked
just
about.
mentioned it, right? A lot of people are actually like that. A lot of people, when someone is trying to sell you something, they want to buy it. If someone's really believing in the product, they want to give you their money because they're like, this guy
Mhm.
really needs this, or this girl needs this. Yeah. But if you come across
Yep.
as, I'm not too sure, you're gonna get, no, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah, people sense that. Like streamers, for instance, if like you're someone who obviously, like, if you don't stream all the time, it signals to someone like, man, maybe this guy doesn't really think he's going to be a streamer, so why am I going to sub to him? Even if I don't watch this guy every day,
Yeah.
but I see that he's streaming every day, and I only get to catch one a month. So to me, whatever. But I see that he's streaming every day. It's like, that guy's trying to make it, and like, you want to support people that believe in themselves. Yeah, that's just one example because it pertains
No,
to
no,
like
you're
something
right.
that's relative to us.
Yeah.
But it works like that for Gears in the same way, where it's like, man, I don't know. It seemed like Gears 5 was a cash grab and
100%.
a Game Pass advertisement.
Everything
because
so
of that-
far that they could abuse for the existing community and a new community, people who are oblivious of what happened to Gears 4, they have done.
Mhm.
They have 100%
Yep.
done. With the packs, I explained this earlier to, I think, Jip as well. Gears 4, you bought a pack for $7 or whatever, you get five skins, right? Potentially 5 new skins. Could be
Right.
characters, weapon skins, etc. People said, no, we don't want that. Right? That's what they said. But what the real reason also is that there's hella regulations now against loot boxes. So, in order to make more
Right.
money, gotta adjust the system. So what did they do now? Instead of, potentially getting 5 skins for $7, they said, okay, you guys wanted to buy what you really wanted, so we're gonna make every skin $5. So now 5 skins cost $25 a piece. Because there's 20 weapons in the game, right? That's $100 a skin for all weapons, essentially. That, according to them, according to us, that's how they put it, right? Is that we see more value in that. We see that it's more it's more consumer friendly to sell somebody $100 worth of one fucking skin for 20 weapons than it is buying 10 packs for $7 a piece.
Yep.
Right? And at the end of the day, they're the game master here, right? They're the ones that have all these numbers. How much percentage a pack has on dropping something. They could just give us higher numbers. They did eventually, like Chxse said, right? At the end of Gears 4. It's very easy to earn stuff through packs at that point. Or build it, pretty much. Because they already earned their money. But in Gears 5, the way they built everything with this tour of duty and stuff, it is just shit. It's all around shit. Selling a JPEG, like a banner, for a quarter of the price of a new character, yet you tell us that making a character costs a whole month. Are you kidding me? Are you actually shitting me? You're telling me that the Forza and it's just insane to
It's crazy,
even
right?
say, even like I'm losing brain cells
I
just
know.
repeating it. But the fact that they want to say that, you know, a Forza banner or a Forza fucking what do they call, blood spray costs as
Blood
much
spray.
to make and costs as much, you know, resources to make as a fucking character almost. Where the hell are you at, man?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone inside Unreal Editor can literally, they can figure out how the mesh works, right? So the flag, and literally replace what's on the flag by just placing a picture on there, and you're done. That's all it takes, and they're earning money from it too. Like, dude,
Yep.
it's embarrassing.
It's so scummy.
So embarrassing.
Yeah.
They're trying to like sell you absolutely everything. Instead of you going to a restaurant, you say, I want the dish of the day. You get what's on the dish. They go, okay, the dish of the day can include all these things, but the dish itself is $5, and everything you want on there is 50 cents a piece, $1 a piece, $1.50 a piece, $2, $5, just over and over and over and over. No one wants to do that. No one wants to go to a restaurant and take an hour to fucking order one single dish. Do they?
Yeah.
Really? Come on now.
I'll have you know, Dutchy, I love doing that. I
All right, Kermit, calm down.
buying a la carte. Yeah, Kermit the Frog here. Welcome back. Welcome back to the
Crazy.
Gears stream. Yeah. No, I yeah, it's just stupid.
And disappointing.
I don't know. Gears 3 had God, man, I just remember back to being so excited for the map packs. Even Gears 2. Remember that game had such good maps. The flashback map packs were cool. Like I was just the DLC was awesome, and it justified having a game like what was it, a season pass. I bought a season pass for Gears 4, and the only thing that it really gave me was the ability to be the host of certain DLC maps. Like if you didn't buy it, you couldn't host certain DLC maps. I was like, why did I spend $50 on this? I don't even want to be the host. I don't want to have that responsibility. I want someone else to host and deal with the lobby settings. What a stupid thing to buy. Like it's like, oh, sorry, I don't have the season pass. I guess you'll have to host it and do all the setting everything up. Like, oh, fucking hell, why did I do that?
Yeah, oh, man.
It's so stupid.
Here's 4 fucking developer playlists that they sold us. Yeah, if you have access to the season pass, you're gonna get an exclusive playlist that helps us build the game. Yeah, right. All it was glorified event list. Right?
Yep.
Oh, let's try out what one shot, one kill. Remember, it took them years to take out the melee of one shot, one kill. Are you shitting me? Yeah, it's not as easy as it sounds. Are you shitting me? How about you drop the numbers for damage for the melee? So that it does no damage. That would have done something. No, they can't figure that one out, but they can figure out a whole new melee system with a fucking knife and executions, you name it. Yeah, no. I am not buying it. I am not buying it. Just, I ain't buying it.
Yeah. No, I actually, like I said, I've been talking to Helios, and like it's actually laughable. Like when they'll tell you like what the time windows they need are. Like I just don't buy it. I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit. There's no way it should take like 6 months to port over a map that was in your last title. Even if it was in Gears 3, Gears 2, Gears 1, doesn't matter because it's all backwards compatible in terms of like porting that shit over. And I get it that there's a lot more that goes into it. Like for example, if you port over a character, I know they have to now because this is their own fault for making it this way. But every character they bring over, now they have to worry about the abilities that they're going to have in Horde. And so it's like you can't just bring them over.
And arcade.
Yeah, and it's like God.
And instead
you didn't
of
have
just
to do
making classes that you can fit on any fucking character, they decide to make even more work. But they do it on purpose, bro. I really do believe they do it on purpose. I think someone there is pulling strings that is just creating more work so these people have a fucking job.
Yeah,
I think so. Because there's no way in hell you would it's obviously going at cost of other people there, right? it's not a good thing that they're doing this. Let's just reiterate that. But the way it's all looking, it's there's no sense in any of it. In terms of efficiency, in terms of workload, right? It makes no sense to say, okay, what's the newest characters they added? Cantus, right? Let's just get Cantus. And Spotter.
Yeah, Kansas.
Spotter or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. The guy with the big ass.
I haven't even looked.
Yeah, so instead of saying, okay, so the Spotter is a scout. Okay, let's make a scout class. Scout can be Kate, anybody. Anybody can be scout class. And instead of just making a class like that with abilities, right, that anyone can use, they go, no,
Yeah.
what characters does this scout fit to? And they have to think about all these extra things, right? Oh, does it fit in the villain or the hero side? Like, no, man. No.
And I still don't buy it, by the way, because they could still bring the character over and say we're still working on the abilities. Like, there's no point in making us all wait for that to be done when everyone's begging for, because most players are just playing versus.
But again, that's
Anyways.
the work, right? The workload that didn't even have to
It's
exist.
silly. It's so silly. Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of worrying about some kind of background story about this character and that character, and making a hero and making a villain, you just made a class. And this goes for Horde all the same. Just make classes like you did before. Right? But no, it had to be even more complicated, because Ryan himself admitted that part of the reason they do the whole classes, the hero villain thing now, is because they believed that people could not figure out what classes people were playing as soon as they joined the game. Are you fucking shitting me? That's what the TACCOM button was for. Showed you what people did. So instead of saying, and Rod said the same thing. Rod said the same thing. Instead of people saying, hey, engineer, right? Oh, and there's multiple engineers in the team. Oh, geez. Imagine not knowing who's one engineer, who's the other. They wanted it to make it even easier for people, and went, hey, Dell. And you know Dell is an engineer. So there's only one Dell.
Yeah.
Don't take that out of context, please. It's these are all non-factors. These are non-issues.
Yeah.
They are making them an issue. For what? To have more work.
Or how about the Omen, for instance, where they said we actually can't go back to the old Omen because it's like, they said, what was the reasoning? They said
it needs
something to do with the way they expanded on rifle meta.
Yeah, it needs to accommodate the new rifle meta.
What does that even mean?
Well, the rifle meta, and the crosshairs, Chxse.
The recoil that you counter,
Chxse.
You
can't see.
Hold up. Why do you have recoil that strong, but then also add in the strongest aim assist that's ever been in a Gears to just completely undermine the entire recoil that you
said that since the beginning. Like, what
again?
The fuck are you doing?
Yeah, that's like common. That should be common sense. That's like mind-blowingly stupid.
Yeah,
that's like,
I told Ryan this.
And hold up,
he was like,
"You did? What did he say?"
He was like, "Yeah."
He had no response to that, right?
Not really. No. I could probably look it up. It's in the hour talk that we had, but he essentially just kind of went like, "Yeah, you're right." Sort of that non-response. Yeah, you're right, but we're working on it. You know.
What? It blows my mind. That blows my mind.
But even with the Omen, even the old Omen, with all these arguments about like,
I can tell you
the stim effect, you know, on the side and stuff. All that stuff could have stayed just the same.
Yep. I think I know what it is. They want people to think. The perception is, oh, rifling takes more skill now, and it feels cooler lancing somebody down with all this recoil. But at the same time, the coalition wanted you to feel like that. At the same time, with the skill gap not actually being increased, because they don't want the skill gap to be increased. They wanted the skill gap to become smaller so that the game could be more accessible. That's like the biggest, most important thing for them. So what they've done is they've made the recoil really strong, but it's only the perception that it's strong. It's pointless. It's like taking the sound of the Gnasher and making it beefier just so that it feels like it's stronger, even though it might, but they maybe didn't make it stronger at all. It's like that same idea. It's wow, the rifles are really powerful now.
Imagine they show
That's
right.
what it is.
They shoot the rifles. Brrr, new recoil system. I think they
Every shot hits.
they showcase this on a wall, right? Showcase this on a wall. But there's not even a player there, and I think what the intention was is to lure in people and say, hey guys, look, there's a new system. And then when you shoot at people, they hoped that you wouldn't notice that the game does everything for you.
Everything for you? Everything. Yeah, they do everything for you.
I think that's the case. I think they're trying to bring in people that never played Gears and went like, guys, look, it's a new system. It's fucking awesome. You can learn all this new recoil pattern and stuff. And then you touch the game. And then because they never played before, they just assume, oh, that's just the way it is. Wow, it must be really good. No.
I've heard of this wall bouncing. Well, let's show you. This is how you do it. Oh, it's that easy, huh? Nah, anyone can do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay, so the people that spent, over a decade mastering it, I guess, fuck them.
Crazy.
So dumb. They wanted the game to be accessible, but by trying to make, like I said, trying to make and please everybody, make a game for everybody, then you've made something that nobody is going to love. And you can't please everybody. So quit trying to do that shit. Quit trying to please everybody.
Crazy.
And then
the
please
Gears
nobody
games
because of
that
it.
TC has made are the only Gears games I've ever played where a headshot does not show up as a headshot in the kill feed and vice versa.
Isn't that weird?
Where it has the little icon of how someone died. It'll show just a shotgun emblem and it'll be a headshot, or the guy dies with a headshot and it shows a shotgun emblem or something.
Why is the audio so out of whack that if you headshot somebody, it actually hurts your ears because it's like 10 dB louder than the rest of the sounds in the game? It's like that's literally an INI file change. That is, go into an INI, be like, blah, 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 the headshot sound, let's make it quieter because it's obviously way too fucking loud. But they won't do that. It's like, it blows my mind. Yeah,
you could hear
a lot of this shit is easy fixes.
But no, in Gears 5 as well, you could hear the screams across the fucking map. Across the map, my guy? There's 5 buildings in between me and that person. Why the hell can I hear them go, oh, as if they're right next to me? This makes no sense.
Yeah.
Makes
it's so weird.
No sense.
Yeah. There's so many, you just scratch your head like, what the fuck? Like, truly don't get it. Did they even play their own game, man? What? I wish they would have if they would have flown me out to Vancouver.
I knew something was wrong as soon as they admitted that they played Gears, all the Gears games, for 2 weeks in-house before they started developing. I knew something was wrong back then. I was like, there's
2 weeks?
Only 2 weeks. They played all the games.
Every Gears game.
Every Gears game.
No.
Through 2 weeks. Yep. I don't even think most of them finished it, probably. But there's no way.
Like, I got enough halfway through.
Exactly. There's absolutely no way you can sit there and truthfully admit to everybody that has done that for years that I understand what you want from just 2 weeks.
Yeah. You got to ruminate on that shit too. It takes you got to play it and you got to replay it and you got to replay. If you're going to be a developer game, man, for a game, like if you're going to develop a Gears game, you got to be all in. You got to play the fuck out of the original trilogy. I feel like everyone there should have, I don't know.
Crazy.
It's actually insane. And not to mention that they were, that's not even enough if you want to make a good version. Because you had to be there, man, during that shit when it was going down. You had to be there. If you try to play it now, it's, it's just, you had to be there. You had to be there when it was happening. I wish that did they really not have access to more? It just blows my mind when you have a company like Moneysoft that like you don't have the right people there.
They have the right people. They just they look at Gears and go, you're not worth it.
How can we milk this?
Yeah, I mean it's self-evident that
franchise
that they went from ESL to MLG for Gears 4, I think it was, right? Yeah. And then back to
MLG to PGL.
Yeah, now to PGL. And PGL is fucking dog shit. It's dog shit. It's clear. It's just so the shit that these people expose on Twitter with pictures and videos and stuff, that these admins can't even write normal sentences or disqualify people over things. Like, it's the most unprofessional fucking thing ever.
Yeah. And like again, like you said earlier, we're not even advocating get fired. We're not, but we are advocating that
Get your shit together,
people
man.
fucking get the shit. Yeah, you got to give a shit. Yeah, I mean, there has to be some competition.
Get your shit together.
There has to be.
Yeah.
That's why I was actually hoping that like another company would come and try to make a Gears-esque game,
Yeah.
like with wall bouncing and shotgun play, and it doesn't have to be fuck. Like it'd be like
I said this the other day, I think, during one of the streams where I said, I think if we sign this huge petition, right? Cliffy makes his own team, right? Like he did with
Oh, I
Lawbreakers
wish.
and focuses solely on Gears. I think we could have the game we always wanted. We just helped Cliffy make it and his people. Because Lawbreakers was a really, really good game, but the way they put it all together, and you know, it
Wasn't it Overwatch fucked them because Overwatch came out and
yeah,
was
but
bigger
also their
than-
marketing and the way Cliffy did everything.
Yeah.
But the concept was there. It was a really tough game, man. Lawbreakers was so fucking hard.
Who decided that? No. He said another company can't come along and do that, but that's yes, you can. You can, dude. Wall bouncing is not, even though maybe Gears does it the
No.
best. There's many games that do that.
There's no like
You can have
trademark or anything.
There's no
on that.
copy.
No.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying is like a company. Like for example, I think the best company to come if a company wanted to directly compete with Halo, the best IP out there would be Star Wars. Could step it up and have like another member Commando Assault. They could do like Imperial Assault
Yeah.
that could compete with Halo, for instance. There needs to be a company that steps up and like competes with Gears, but they don't have it copyrighted. The wall bouncing
There's
and
no-
the
there's
shotgun.
no
you
way.
could-
It's just a
don't call it
mechanic.
an Asher.
It's just a mechanic.
Design the exactly. Yeah. No, just design it differently. It's not like Gears is not that unique to where it's like you can't have a game
Uncharted
that's
has
similar.
a cover system.
Yeah.
The Last of Us has a cover system. Ghost Recon,
Last of Us,
Future Soldier. I played shit out of that game. Had the same sort of cover
Yes,
system.
Ghost Recon.
Yep. Those are all just mechanics that you could just pick and choose. I mean, fuck, man. It's not even an argument, really. But is there any money in it? Not really.
Yeah. But why did there used to be? I mean, Gears 3 was huge. Gears 2 was huge. Gears 1 was huge. The whole original trilogy was huge. And then
Well, as long
Judgment
as you
really
make a really good game in its own right,
yeah.
people will love it for that, right? Look at what's that one game called? That one Viking game. Shit, help me out, people.
Oh, the Viking game? Are you talking about
With the mental disorder thing?
Viking game?
Trailers. Checking. Where you play this woman that's got like some kind of psychosis going on. You guys know what I'm talking about. Everybody knows.
Anyone know what he's talking
Hellblade. There you go. Hellblade.
Hellblade. I was going to say For Honor, but that's actually not Vikings.
No.
So I was first.
Well, it has Vikings in it, sort of. But
does it?
Yeah, Hellblade. So Hellblade's an indie game, and that shit blew everyone out the water. And that was the first time for one of those people doing like voice acting, I believe, motion cap, all this stuff, and people were like, "Holy shit, this is awesome!" But you don't expect that game to be multiplayer or anything, or co-op or whatever. You just expect that is what the game offers. For 20, 30 bucks, that's what you're gonna get. Bang. Now the second one is announced. The trailer looks crazy. The teaser looks crazy. If they just focused on making a really good Gearscape, that would have been enough. That would have been enough.
Yeah.
But instead...
Wasn't that what did they say? Before they made UE, they said, we're going to show you that we can remake a good Gears game. Then they said we can make our own Gears game, our own good Gears game. That's what Gears 4 was. And then they said with Gears 5, they were going to try to do something different. And hey, we got...
Yeah, Gears 5, they said, okay, we played... No, they said that about Gears 4 indeed, right? They said that with Gears of War 4, we, as in TC, wanted to show the community and everyone that we are capable of making a good Gears game.
Good Gears game.
Right? Just the fundamentals. Yeah. Play it safe. Gears 5, we're going to go all out.
All out.
Oh yeah, you did.
That's one way of putting it, I guess.
All
out.
Boy. All out.
Oh man, It went all out, that's for sure.
It's like someone drops
Right
their
out the-
trousers to go balls to the walls, and you just turn out the guy's wearing a diaper. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of go,
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, it's always like Sky just said. They said 4 was a test. Thanks for trusting us, and then 5. Big yikes! It's
Cashing in on all that trust
yeah,
and nostalgia.
100%.
I guess.
100%. And people are
Dude.
naive, man. Just believing developers on their word. Like someone wrote that for them, right? Someone paid a whole lot of money to write that type of stuff.
Just like with the store where people don't know just how deliberate
Yep.
the system is.
I
They pay.
can expose
for
it
in-game
right now. I
comics.
can expose it right now. You guys know how we always have this 50% boost, right? 50% extra XP on every game mode, right? 2 times XP. Well, it's not really 2 times XP, right? The game launched, they gave you boost. And every mode to this day is 2 times XP.
Still has it.
What this means is,
So it's pointless.
instead of, us earning actually 400% the value, right? So you have 100% plus your boost, which makes it 200%, times 2 is 400%. No, it's not really like that. What it's really like is that at all those, if you play at 400% or whatever, that's actually the 100% of what you're supposed to earn. If you don't have boost, you earn half. If you don't play a game mode that has the 2 times XP, you earn even less. Make it everything more grindy. More and more grindy. That's the whole goal of a system like that. It's been done before in other games. They do it shamelessly in Gears, and people don't pull them up on it. It's why they do every single event and every single like weekend thing. You need boost to get the double XP or whatever to be part of that. Double stars is only when you're boosted. Why? Because it earns the money. It earns the money, man. I think if I remember right, I think 1 or 2 days or something, 1 or 3 days is like 400 iron or something like that, right? And a week is about 500 or something like that. And then a month was at the time 1,000, if I remember right, something like that. So
a whole month for $10.
yeah. So obviously, what they want you to do is not play the fucking game. Wait until one of those weekends comes along. Then you pay a couple dollars for that weekend to get boost, and then you quit after that boost weekend's over. Either that, or you pay $15 for a whole month worth of boost. And then it's not even in-game time, right? It's just general. You start the boost, it starts counting down. So even if you don't have time to play or the servers suck or whatever, you're not being reimbursed. They don't give a shit. They already got your money.
Yeah, they don't care. Yeah. Did you notice that everyone starts out with 250?
Yeah.
What can you buy with that?
Nothing.
But you're halfway there.
Yeah.
But you can only the lowest tier is $5.
Yeah.
So you're always halfway to being able to buy another character
it's
skin.
all deliberate.
Even though it's pointless.
And even with the
maybe you can buy
flags,
no, you can buy like you can buy something for cheaper, but like no one cares about anything but character skins and weapon skins,
and
really.
Shit like that, the marks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But the fact that
that's just
they're selling us like flags that you could make for free in Gears 4. They're selling us those for $7 a piece or something. A piece, bro. A flag, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, there's actually a law, I think, in the United States where you're not allowed to sell the United States flag as something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they did it with the Mexican
is
flag.
the US flag not on there?
No, it is. It is.
Oh, it is.
But the Mexican flag, I think that is another law in Mexico. That they're not allowed to sell those online, I believe. Oh, they reduced it to $3. Wow, about time, huh? Probably didn't sell.
Oh, great. Because it's like a movie theater. I mean, it's like the prices are ridiculous, but I mean, they have in-game economists that they pay a lot to figure this shit out. I promise you. Hey, Jin just asked us, can you guys 1v asking for a friend? Jin, he doesn't even have the game installed anymore.
No, dude, I buried it.
Yeah.
With the hatchet that they sold me for $20.
Well, you never paid for it.
No, my stream.
I remember when people said that. You ungrateful bastard! You have Game Pass. You didn't pay for that game anyways.
No, I bought that $70 Iron Pack because I believed I was going to play this game for a long time. Yeah. And in case I couldn't play for something and I really wanted to buy it, and I'd buy it. You know. What's wrong with that? They still deserve to get some money for it. But then I realized their intentions. And when I found out their intentions,
Exactly.
ooh-wee.
See, yep. Now you don't want to support them, even if they
Nope.
give you something you would like. I want that skin. Too late.
And it always
don't wanna
makes me
support
laugh,
you.
Chase, when I hear people argue for the systems that I have. There are some content creators
So
out
sad, bro.
there.
It's like Stockholm
So
syndrome, bro.
you just look at it and you
Straight
kind of
up.
go like, what are you even saying?
Yep.
What are you actually
Why
saying?
do you accept mediocrity? Why?
No, it's
If it's
not
people like
just
you,
that, man.
it's actually people like you that they're able to get away with this shit because people think that there's no point because they think, oh, whatever. They just give into like what they perceive as the majority, and they're you know what I mean. They're not gonna stand up for that. They're not going to, even though they know.
I mean,
Even though they know,
I don't
they're
know
like,
if
listen,
you.
this is how it is now. It's table stakes,
I'm
man.
not
It's
sure.
table
I'm
stakes.
not sure if you followed the whole debacle about Blizzard, but Blizzard sold Warcraft 3 Reforged, right? Which is a remaster of Warcraft 3. Except the problem is that the update is the game gets updated across the board. So even if you don't upgrade to Reforged from Warcraft 3 to Warcraft 3 Reforged, right? You're still being affected by that expansion or that remaster. Except the state of this remaster is so bad, it has the lowest score on Metacritic ever. 0.6.
Really? Are you kidding me? What?
It is actually so
Really?
bad. I think at this point it's 0.1 because this is what happens.
What?
This is what happens when a game gets mainstream attention and people of all walks of life go, that is bullshit. That is bullshit. And they'll just go out of their way to give it a fucking, a shit review. And they did the same with Gears, but Gears doesn't really have that pull, so nothing really changes. But now Blizzard is like, oh boy. Woo! They've done it now because Warcraft 3 Remastered or whatever, or Reforged, was meant to be like the super upgrade Warcraft 3 for the whole community, right? And all it really is just, for I think full price $60 or whatever, it's retextured garbage. It's the same game pretty much with the same bugs and even more problems, from what I remember reading and listening to. Except it costs you another 60. And it retroactively fucks up your previous game. So even if you roll back to before you upgraded, you still updated your game, so you still all your shit's unbalanced and you name it. It's just crazy.
Damn.
Crazy what these people do, man.
That really is. It's actually a scam, dude. It's fucked.
You see here.
And demeaning to your whole player base. Dude, I mean, these companies, man, I wish they...
based on 15.5 thousand ratings.
Companies don't care about their reputation, bro. Like, how does the coalition not care about... I mean, dude, like, look at what happened to Bethesda last year. They had such a good reputation, man. There's no way they're not... There's no way they don't care, right? Like, but then they keep doing things that are like, what?
It's like deliberately making it worse.
Like, is someone trying to destroy the company from the inside? Like, how is this happening?
Some people have an argument for that, yeah. They do, yeah. Because back in 2000 or something, Bethesda was sold to a certain company for a certain amount of money, and that company had a few clauses in the contract saying that they had to earn so much money back, and now they're kind of at the end of that runtime, right? So they need to earn this money back as soon as possible. So they're just
they're just going all
out, buy, sell.
I see. That's wow. Okay,
that could be the case, but again, it's all very fishy.
It just makes you, because you see this and you're like, there's just no way. They had such a good reputation, even though their games really were always buggy messes and had
oh my god,
were never really done. And yeah, but still, people loved them. And now, like, they're just one of the most hated companies just because of what they've done with Fallout 76 and like the
Ubisoft
Fallout Online or Fallout
question,
Pass thing or whatever.
Thing, right? Yo, but Chase, man, it's 5 a.m., brother. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you do you and play Gears or something. I'll give you a host.
Yeah, I'll probably play like one game. Oh, dude, all right, I appreciate it, man.
Probably.
Hey, this was a good talk. How long was this talk? When did we start talking?
Time, bro.
I can tell you what my runtime. Hold up.
4 hours, 5 hours. A little.
Bro, we have been talking for 4 hours. 4 hours.
Yep, 9 hours and 12 minutes has been my shift on twitch.tv/Dutchy. Quick plug. Nah, man,
Yep.
I'm gonna go get some sleep.
Everyone watching me, make sure you go follow. Here, I'm gonna put your. Well, I guess they're gonna see when you host me.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone that's
Think so.
watching follows my boy Dutchy. This was a good talk. I enjoyed this.
Yeah,
There's
man.
not many people I never get to do this actually. Surprisingly, I never get to really go in depth talking about Gears like this. Even though it's my favorite game ever.
Well, I hope you try to, pull some people together on
was.
your end to do this sometime.
I hope so.
Yeah. Just make it happen, man. Make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Nice.
Absolutely, bro.
That video though, dude,
Nice.
that guy. Nice. Funny shit.
Oh, that shit was hilarious. That was actually hilarious. But all right, bro.
Yeah, man.
We'll have to talk again soon.
No problem. I'll hit you up. I appreciate you coming out and talking to me today and bringing in your
Thanks for having me.
stream. Yeah, man. I'll catch you next time. Thanks
All
for
right, bro.
talking. Hey, brother.
Have a good night, man.
You too. Bye.
Take it easy, man. Peace.
All right.